Hello everyone, welcome to Dice Chatter. Today we are playing Dungeons & Dragons. This is episode number 5. I am Donnie, your Dungeon Master, and I am joined by Bailey, Brendan, Brian, and Eric, or Eira, Fen, Brago, and Karth. If this is
something.
What?
All your names start with B except for me.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
How did I not realize that?
Man.
If you folks enjoy this type of content, do all the fun, stupid socials, like, follow, sub, all
Hit the
that
bell.
good stuff. Ring all of our bells. Let's roll that intro. Last time on Dice Chatter, the four of you recently left the town of Dragon's Rest, where you guys fought off some kobolds and found a mysterious tome stretched in black leather with a gray eye inlaid in mysterious text on the front that none of you could decipher. To possibly learn more about this tome, you guys learned about a town called Ilarith, a magical city where wizards reside, and to get to that town, you have to go through some mountains. So, you traveled that way, traveled down the road, met some scarecrows, fought them off. A couple of you couldn't fight for a few rounds, but you made it to the town of Skorovik, which is in between this magical town. So, in the town of Skorovik, you guys entered, met the town defender leader, a massive stone giant named Galmet, that you guys walked in and entered the city. You ran around a couple shops, you ran to the Butcher's Square and met a guy, a half-orc named Maddock, who told you about some minotaurs that maybe you could kill for Galmet as his entrance to the town anniversary is coming up. And just before we stopped last session, you guys stopped in right at the front entrance of a tavern called Buffalo's Beard, and from the outside you can hear noise and patrons going crazy inside. So, before you guys enter in, would you like to do anything? As all four of you are standing there. It is later in the day, probably like dusk.
Okay.
Is this tavern like really big or just kind of
It's
normal size?
it's decent size, a stone building, just like all the buildings in this town.
Guess we just go in?
Okay. You all push open the saloon-style doors into Buffalo's Beard and are greeted by the presence of a full and rowdy tavern. The scent of ale, meat, sweat, and dirt are all mixed together in a confusing and terrible concoction. 90% of the tables are full of dwarves, humans, halflings, gnomes, and a few other smattering of races. There's a small band in the corner playing, but is almost drowned out by the cheer, laughter, and the loud patrons. Some of these patrons are playing cards, a few are messing around on the dartboards, and some are just attempting to dance and have a good time. It seems the folks in Skorovik work hard, and they also play hard. Behind the bar, you all see a middle-aged dwarf who has a splotchy and thin reddish-black beard, rotund in many areas, and is serving drinks and meats to numerous patrons with ease. Despite this dwarf's size, they move to and fro between tables and bodies like some sort of ballet dancer. So, what would you all like to do?
I'd like to look around for any suspicious folk in the tavern.
Okay, define specific,
wearing
or
heavy
Suspicious.
cloak.
suspicious. Heavy cloak?
A
Okay.
heavy dark cloak.
Roll a perception check.
First roll?
19 plus 1, 20.
You see a lot of ragged, torn up clothes, dirty. It looks like a lot of people just came out of the mine. There are a handful of people wearing darker cloaks. None of them have the hood up though. Nothing like that.
You said mostly dwarves in here?
Yeah, mostly dwarves, yeah. Smattering of humans and halflings and gnomes, a couple other races.
I'm gonna walk over to the card game.
Okay.
Just curious what
You see 3 dwarves and 2 humans just throwing out some cards. They're not like your ace through king, 2 through ace cards. They're weird with different pictures, something you've never seen before.
Must be go fish.
I'm gonna bend down and into one of the dwarves' ears. I'm just gonna whisper, "What you playing there?"
You see this male dwarf, like this big, huge, bushy red beard, like shaved head, and you see like a tattoo coming up the front and the sides of his heads, and he turns to you, and he's got one eye that's like half open and closed. We're playing cards, boy. You want to join in?
What's sorry? What's the name of the game?
What are we playing, boys? And they all kind of look at each other, and a lot of them are just like you see, like at least 16 empty mugs in front of them.
Oh.
And one of them is just like throwing out cards. That's what we're playing, boy. We're playing cards.
I think they're all playing different games.
I'm just gonna say, oh, maybe later. I'm just gonna walk away.
All right, grab a drink. Mag can help you out. And he sets down the mug and starts, Mag can help you out. And he kind of settles down and huddles in and takes up a handful of cards. One of them's facing the total opposite way, and he just has it fanned out in front of him. What else are the rest of you doing?
I like to go to the bar.
Yeah, I'll go up to the bar as well.
Okay. All right. You get up there, and from what you can tell, there's only one person running around with drinks, and it's that very rotund dwarf that I mentioned. This dwarf runs around back around the other edge of the counter and looks up and,
Hi, I'm Ben. I'd like a drink, please.
"Oh, I'm Mag. Good to meet you." And she reaches. You're roughly the same height.
I have to like reach over, kind of.
Yeah, she's up on like a step that meets up to the edge of the bar. The bars tends to be lower for most of you, but it's nothing too drastically lower. It's made for dwarves at the end of the day.
Okay.
Little tall for you, but it still works.
Okay. Can I just get an ale, please?
Coming right up, and you see her just like not even looking, just like throw a mug down a line, runs over, taps the tap, walks to another area, grabs meat from the other side of the wall, brings it over, taps the tap, slides the mug back down to you, not even saying anything. Coin, please.
I throw.
You should probably ask how much
I'll
it
just
is.
throw a gold piece. I'm probably gonna drink here for a while.
She snags it. I like you. She throws it in her pocket, and she's starting to run to other people unless you are saying anything else.
How much for meat?
She throws the bowl down.
Just meat.
She
Just
throws like a
meat.
bowl that she already like grabbed down to you. Coin, lady.
How much coin?
And she's like already running over. She's like just expecting it. Like she doesn't even answer you back.
I'll give her a silver. See if that does it.
I like you too. And she puts it in her pocket and keeps going.
Yeah.
Going like
Let's
crazy.
start with copper, but I didn't want to offend her.
For Pete's sake.
So, Karth, you get up from the weird game the card game that they're playing, and you run over Brago
I'm just with the group.
with the group.
No, I'm
All
going
right.
over the darts game now.
Darts game. So they're
I'm a
not
sharpshooter.
Yeah.
they're not your typical like normal bar darts. They're the weapon darts that are about
Oh, good.
they're about 6 inches, about 8 or so inches long, and they're just shucking it, and it's boom right into a wood log. A few people have hand axes on their hip, and they're throwing it up and just and slams into the wood across. There's a number of people there. A few people are kind of like whispering to each other and like doing coins back and
All right,
forth.
So I take a silver piece on the countertop, and I slide it in, and I say, I got next.
A couple of people look over. We got a competitor. Have him hop over. So you see 3 boards. You see 2 dwarves, one male, one female. The female has this brownish blonde or brownish hair with like a gray streak that like comes back and curls down, and she has like just like patchy hair on her face. And then you see the other dwarf is your typical like buff miner. He actually has a pickaxe on his back, and he looks like just some type of dirt and crud all on his face and his beard. And they both look over at you, both mugs in each hand. Well, you ready?
I I tear off.
They take 2 silver too and pop
Okay.
it on the table as
I
well.
tear off a little small piece of my shirt, sort of like a little piece of cloth.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of toss it at the dirty guy. Say, "Clean yourself up. You filthy."
He takes it, looks at it. Thank you kindly, and he starts wiping his face off. He like dips it in the beer, he dips it in the ale a little bit, and starts wiping his face and puts it in the back. I like you, stranger. Welcome to Skorovik. So,
Can we easily see this from?
yeah, you
afar?
guys walk over. You have a mug of ale, and you have a bowl of meat, and you're just like, it's like jerky that didn't get
Jerked.
jerked enough. That didn't.
Jerkified.
It's still a little mushy, but it's
I'll take it.
it's palatable. As you 4 head over, the 2 dwarves start discussing the rules for the game. All right, whoever gets closest, 3 throws, wins the whole pot. All right, hand axes, everyone, or darts, whatever you prefer. And there's just a smattering of pretty heavily used weaponry that are just kind of laid out in front of you. So what would you like to grab?
I want to first take my hand over and just kind of like over top of all the weapons
Okay.
and see which one has the most magic gun.
Okay, roll an Arcana check.
It's 16.
16. The most magic you feel is a little gnome behind you and his bracer.
Okay. I pick up the darts.
You pick up the darts.
The long
You see the female dwarf. She grabs 3 hand axes and bring it over, and the other dwarf grabs a handful of darts as well. Well, guess throw first. So, it's about 20 feet, so it's not too far ahead. But the target's not that big. It's probably maybe roughly like a 3-foot radius. Well, that's pretty big. But a 3-foot radius with a series of rings going inside, and the very dead center is this bright red circle. So, give me a throw.
Do I get any advantage because I have sharpshooter?
You could choose to.
Throw it from 600
I don't want to
feet
do
away.
damage. I just want
No, I know.
more of accuracy.
I will say I'll let you use sharpshooter, and if you obviously roll well, then we'll say you get even closer to that central target. Or you could just roll normally and see how it
because
okay.
otherwise it's a huge. My advantage is already +7 basically.
Yep.
I'm
So-
assuming I'm still getting my longbow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you're
What do I roll +7? That's
Yep.
pretty damn good. Let's do that. Yeah, 18.
18. It flies. It even has that wiggle, even though it shouldn't have that wiggle, as you just slam barely outside of the center circle, and both the dwarves look over. We need more ale over here, Mag. So, the female dwarf just takes a couple hand axes and flips them, takes one in her right hand and just chucks it. Not bad. It hits the center, but just the ring outside. You shot better. She's like, puh. She kind of spits down at the floor. The other male dwarf chucks it at the same time at a different board, throws it forward, and just gets about 4 rings out, and he looks. You're up again.
All right. Does anybody have any? Oh, I guess I can't talk to them while I'm doing this.
Go
Oh wait, I'm
later.
gonna cast message
Sure.
on.
I don't know who would have it.
No one has anything. Never mind. No one can help. No, we don't have a magic person in this group. Damn it.
I mean, I have a bunch of spells, but they're all like fighty spells.
Yeah. I want
Or,
like
like,
a.
buff spells.
Go,
you have,
leader.
hold on. What do you have? Yeah.
It's invisible. I can make it invisible.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to cast message really quickly. While they were throwing, I'm gonna cast message. Brago, mage hand, dart. Let's do this.
I can do invisible. So.
Invisible.
Okay. This is gonna be. This is like really difficult. You realize
Yeah.
that you have to like catch his dart and then also continue it forward to hit
Are you sure?
the
No,
target.
no. What I'm thinking is like.
From your
He
hand.
just pushes it at
Yeah,
the end, so,
so and it hits whatever, and then he immediately like, and he like
and
immediately
slams
moves-
it harder in. Is that what you're getting at?
Like wherever it hits, he just moves it closer to the
Yeah,
center.
like if
if it's
his
not,
is
he takes it
off-centered,
off, yeah.
the hand just.
everyone's
pushes it in.
drunk. They won't notice.
So you'd have to pull it out of the wood and slam it back into the wood.
Yeah.
No, before it hits the wood, it would bump
Or
it
that.
into the middle.
That might be even. That might be tough too.
That's what I was thinking.
It's up to you guys.
Well,
I'll
I'm
say
trying to
you can
smack-
try whatever you
What if I
want.
just throw it really soft and he just grabs it in the air and just.
I mean,
Let's try that.
Not
Like, you know,
suspicious.
it's funny, but it'd be
Not
more exciting.
suspicious.
They're all drunk, so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like loft it and you grab it
Wait,
and you
can
just go up.
I
and
do a
press it in
perception
there.
check, like how drunk these people are? Like, are they drunk at all?
I mean, sure, you can check. Also, you don't have to agree to it if you don't want to do this. You can just.
Sure.
Yeah,
So I
so-
cast.
What is
He
this
can message
So,
me back.
you-
Oh, I rolled a 1.
You roll a 1. Everyone seems pretty happy and
Okay,
great.
so I sent
I'm
him the
just enjoying
message.
this meat.
Mage hand, let's do this.
All right, what do you say in the message?
I'm basically saying, Mage hand, this dart to the middle.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. So,
Well, he can respond though.
that's fine. Yeah. Do you respond,
What if they
Braga?
get caught?
Cast message.
Hey, hurry up over there.
No time. Let's do it. They're drunk.
We could take 'em.
Okay.
What are you guys playing? I was just
Yeah, you pop over.
All right.
The female dwarf turns around and starts
right.
telling you what the game they're playing. You grab the dart
Yep.
and you pull back and give me
I'm
a roll.
just gonna, okay. So I even need to roll. I'm just gonna like.
Weird roll.
You're just
I'm
gonna
excited.
toss it.
I'm just gonna toss it so the mage hand grabs it and just woo right.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna toss it.
Okay. So still give me a roll. Are you still actively trying to hit the target,
I mean,
or
yeah.
are you just like letting it loose?
I would
I'm
say
like-
you're probably still aiming.
I'm
That
still
would
gonna
make
aim.
sense.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Yep.
Just in case.
Crit. Never mind.
Oh!
Okay.
27.
You don't know. He's like pulling back right
I
now,
wasn't gonna do anyways.
and you just. And you look at Brago, and he just
like,
looks at
"Brago,
you,
yeah."
and it just.
I wasn't gonna do it. I really wasn't.
It dead center slams in. It actually cuts the other dart next to it and splinters it and pops it off the other side. And your dart goes in about 4 inches, and half the dart's left in the wood
I
log.
cast a message. Brago, that was perfect.
And the two dwarves, the one that was talking, the lady dwarf that was talking to you, looks up and is like, "Holy shit!" And the male dwarf's like, "All right, you take the pot." And they just kind of like sit down and they're like, "Oh, let's go get a drink." And they both turn away and walk away. They don't even finish their set.
So I netted 2 silver.
You netted 2 silver off of
So
that.
right when he gets it in, I'll go.
Yes.
Like a pig.
You scream and cheer.
Hey, give free drinks to those dwarves, please.
Just you see a hand go up in just acknowledgement, and you see this
This is what I'm
large lady keep moving around. This very masculine lady. So as you guys are,
super large, like she looks like a balloon.
she's
violet.
like a tough, pretty round bowling ball
Or is she
streaming through.
pear or hourglass?
Yeah.
She's-
Or just a
What's
full
her
hourglass.
name?
circle.
So it's like,
She's like an apple.
Apple.
Okay.
Ear trumpet and the hobbit.
She's like Bomber.
Oh yeah.
She's like Bomber.
Yeah,
Just
Bomber.
rolling
Yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah.
As you guys get your meats, anyone else getting any more drinks, we'll say for the sake of time, you guys can easily like pay for drinks and do stuff like that.
More or less just looking around, checking things out.
As you guys are, oh, go ahead.
I think what we should probably do is also, I mean, if we're thinking about doing the Minotaur thing, getting more information, like who knows stuff about Minotaurs.
Good idea.
So it might be good because this is probably a good group for
Well,
like they go
Galmet,
into the mines
I'm
and
sure he
mountains and stuff.
probably knows, right?
Who?
Galmet?
Oh, probably.
Galmet? What's his
The
name?
Yeah.
Starground?
Yeah. Galmet,
Yeah.
Just to refresh you, the Maddock, the half-orc that told you, wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I was
okay,
thinking
okay.
the
Just a
dwarf
reminder.
that
I know
was
it's been
all
a minute.
dirty, maybe the dirty dwarf would know because
Yeah.
he like goes mining and so he's probably
Well,
known
just,
what they're
uh,
on. So maybe we could
That,
All right.
maybe go.
Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah,
Then.
I think we should talk to him.
I don't know. I'm sure she
Yeah.
hears a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Hey, Meg.
Oh,
Dirty
well.
dwarf.
The one that you were playing darts with?
Yeah.
Yeah, he turns around. You
Well,
find
don't
him. You
say
find
dirty
him.
Hey,
dwarf.
dirty dwarf.
Dirty Dan.
You see like 6 dwarves turn around and look at you.
No, I don't actually say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go up to the one guy that I noticed he talked
Okay.
to.
So you like tap him on the shoulder and he turns
Yeah.
around. He's moving a little bit more. Oh, that was a crazy game.
Yeah.
What you need?
I was curious. I'm assuming like maybe you know stuff about like the mountains and things because you're from here.
What do you want to know?
You know anything about minotaurs?
Oh, they're like big bulls. They got these horns that. Oh wait, hold on 1 minute. So in about 3 minutes, the beard contest is about to start.
Oh, okay.
As you kind of like, as he says that, you see like people are starting to calm down a little bit, and the music's like slowly getting a little bit quieter, and like the front door, like Mag's like over there, like kind of like putting stuff up around the door, like he's like,
Decorations?
like this crappy garland like over the front. It happens once a month or once a season. I apologize, and it's about to start.
Oh.
So real quick, what do you want to know about bulls?
No, minotaurs. Where are they normally in the mountains and like do they
Oh.
weaknesses?
So yeah, I've heard
Just out
that
of
they exist,
curiosity.
but they like live in like mazes and stuff, right? Is that what their deal is?
That sounds familiar.
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks for the info.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, it
Try someone else if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And it just like he has a few buddies near him, and they all have a few more ales.
Yeah. It's too busy.
So, anything else you guys would like to do?
How do you enter the beard competition?
Are you talking to the same guy?
Sure.
It's like, oh, probably should have done it when you came in.
Is there a qualifying match?
Well, sorry, lad, you probably wouldn't have made it.
Oh.
As he
No, I
looks
was more just curious than anything.
Oh, well, you'll see them, all right? They look great. So anyways, we all get to vote by cheers. So everyone, you cheer the loudest for the most glorious beard. I think there's 3 contenders tonight that are coming in that have really dolled themselves up. Really great. But anyways, we all get to judge. Cheer the loudest for the one you think is the best. 3 of them. Don't know their names. Forgot. Too much to drink tonight. So, it's gonna start soon. I'm so excited. And he starts like
So he's
shaking
not
his
in
mug,
it?
and there's like ale going around.
So we're assuming he's not in it.
No, he's not in it.
Oh, okay. I thought
There's only
We're all
3.
around him, correct?
Yeah, there's a number of you around. him.
What do you get if you win?
I think it's just recognition, and you get and
It's the
he
honor.
points at the wall. You get the lovely drawing of yourself and a plaque on the wall, and there's just like. As you turn and look, you see a series of beards just plaqued onto the wall. Just the beard, not even a person, not even a dwarf's face, just like a certain type of beard. They're all cool shapes and sizes. Some like just like one was like pointed one way, like the wind just took it. One was like in the shape of some type of creature. But yeah, it's quite insane as you guys are all there. So, as you guys kind of chat amongst you, anything else you want to say to this
I guess we
this
gotta
gentleman?
watch this competition.
So a couple minutes goes by, and the bar is actually quiet with just a few little chatters here and there. And you see Mag kind of get to the front door, and she has a couple mugs in her own hand and like meat on a plate on her shoulder, just like balancing there. And she's the competition for the most glorious beard in all of Skorovik begins tonight, and just eruptions of cheers and people going crazy. Some guy's just like tugging on his beard, and there's just ale bouncing everywhere. In all of 20 seconds, we will see our first contestant enter through the main door. Remember, raise your cheer and your mug of ale for the one you find the favorite. We will vote during and at the end. The contestant 1, 2, and 3. Makes sense, everyone in unison. Yes, yes, yes! So, as everyone calms and gets settled, she walks out of the way, and the band kind of brings up this like massive, like crazy Irish ditty, you know, to compare it as much to we know, like Irish ditty, like bar stomping tune, and everyone's like tapping a foot at the same time, like doo 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 doo, and it's just tapping and going. And the lutes are going crazy, and there's someone on a heart. Yeah, I know. Just like Jack in the Box. And the door slams open, and you swear there's just like a mist of smoke going in through behind as this all jet black beard, perfectly straight, just dancing on the ground like a wedding dress. Everything straight, no curls, no nothing. Starts dragging the floor in between this gentleman's legs. And it's a good like 4 foot and then 2 feet dragging behind him as it's just glancing on the ground. You just hear a number of cheers and ales going up. You guys are feel free to join in.
I gotta see them all first.
And it's weird. There's almost like, it's not just the beard, but like, there's like glitter and like almost like makeup on his face. It's like blackening out his eyes.
Like blueberry juice.
And he's wearing almost like elegant green robes as he kind of looks, and he tilts his face each direction as he walks through. It's almost like a catwalk as he's going down the center of the bar, as all these tables have been pushed to the side and ales and people are slamming their feet and cheering, as it's a moderate cheer for this gentleman.
I turned to Brago and I whispered in his ear, I didn't realize it was that kind of a bar.
As this dwarf heads through, the door closes behind him, and Mag shouts out, "Entering number 2!" The door slams open again, this time even harder, just slams and swings to the other side. You see 2 massive curls, a pointed straight down, or to each side, and another point straight down, but this one curled and then tied off on a knot with a big poof on the end. as this dwarf walks, this reddish bright glory just swings back and forth like a pendulum, hitting almost each end of the point. And on the end of the curls are like two little, as you could call it, ornaments just hanging off the end with two S's for Skorovik. As this dwarf walks in and turns, and there's almost like a ding 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 that is drowned out by the immense cheer as everyone's raising their ales and stomping their feet on this second dwarf. Continues to walk through. The third dwarf heads in, and the doors slam open. And it's a mix of the hair and the beard as you almost see a massive, perfect circle cut out with all pretty much as this like dark brown curls just wrap around this face with almost just like a few triangle cuts in it as like a perfect piece of a pie is cut out as this dwarf comes in with a perfect pie-shaped circle, and there are a series of ornaments and gems and glitter just slammed around this beard. And as this dwarf turns around to see, it's almost like spherical around the whole head except just the front of the face, as a series of ales and cheers are going through as you guys head, as this dwarf eventually hits the end of the bar line. All three of them eventually stand back at the front, and Mag quiets down the music and all the patrons in the tavern. She raises an ale for beard number 1! Crickets from you guys. The bar's moderate. It's not crazy, but it's still good. Beard number 2!
Woo! Hold my ale up.
A series of cheers, pretty loud. Beard number 3!
Yeah!
I'm gonna throw my mug in the air.
The mug gets thrown. A series of other mugs get thrown.
We're holding our responses for the bikini portion.
Sure. As all the ales lay down, Mag leans over. Our victor this year is Beard number 3! Series of cheers, ales get thrown, the music starts back up, the darts get throwing again, and the bar gets right back to where it was as left off. Mag kind of takes the beard and takes the one gentleman aside, talks to him for a little bit, and she goes right back to work.
I want to go over to the Afro Man.
Sure. It's very difficult because there are a series of other dwarves just surrounding him and like lightly caressing just the massive dome that he has around his head.
I'll just gently shuffle my way up there, and I'm not gonna like push people.
Sure. Yeah. Eventually, you do get up your way up there, and this dwarf kind of has to look up to you as almost the top of the dome of the hair actually hits generally where your chin would be as you kind of look down at this dwarf. And he looks up to you, and it's weird because you have to like look past all this hair to just a little face that's just centered as he's like bright green eyes look up at you with like this just rosy cheeks and like this darkish black, almost bluish purple eye shadow is just dashed on this gentleman's face as he looks up to you. Good sir, welcome to Skorovik. And he just puts a hand out. And he shakes it.
May I? And I go to like.
Of course.
So I touch it.
Don't ruin it.
I just lightly touch this.
This took 5 hours.
I just lightly touch it.
And it just kind of fluffs. It feels like sheep's wool, just nice and fluffy.
Very nice. Is this the first time you won?
First time. I'm very excited. I tried 2 seasons ago. Did not do that well. Tried curls upon curls upon curls, but I got beat out by the spear and the spear.
So you have to do a different hairdo every time, or?
You don't have to, but
George.
there's a lot of differences, a lot of ideas. It's a lovely town, and you see like a few other people trying to talk to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know," and
I'll just
ales are getting slid to him, and he kind of looks back, and you're gone, and he just talks to the rest of the other dwarves. At this point, it's getting probably midnight, maybe a little after midnight. Are you guys doing anything extra while in the tavern?
No, I mean, I'm gonna get Minotaur information, but I feel like most people are just gonna say, they're in the mountains, and you just kill them. And
Okay.
I mean,
Is there any?
I think we should talk to Mag a little more.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Okay. Do you want to wait till things calm down a little bit more, or?
Yeah.
I guess at this point things are calming down slightly.
So she
I'd say
seems less busy.
the bar capacity at this point, a little after midnight, is probably still 60%, and it's a little quieter, but it's honestly just as loud. These people, they work hard and they play hard. So, Mag is able to get a couple more breaths and keeps getting a couple more breaths here and there and still giving out ales, but at this point she seems more able to chat with folks, if that's something you'd like to do.
Hey, Meg.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi. Do you have any rooms here I can go to sleep?
Oh, well, not really. If you head down to the inn, that would probably be your best bet.
Oh, can I get the name of it real quick?
The Sleeping Giant.
Sleeping Giant.
Rick, he's a good man. Just, straight to the point.
Oh, thank you. I think my friend here, our leader of the group here, might have a question for you.
Oh,
I'm not
hello.
ready.
Kind of looks up at you.
Yeah. Mags, hello. Curious if you have any information about Minotaurs?
Oh, is this what Maddox's trying to do?
Yeah.
Oh, the half-orc butcher, big guy,
Yep.
little old gray hair.
Yeah, that's him, right.
Yeah, so there's a couple of us trying to surprise Galmet. A lot of us don't really have the time, or honestly, the muscle. I mean, look at me. I can serve a drink and a pile of bacon just as the next best person, but swinging a sword or shooting fire out of my fingertips, not me. But there's rumors back when Galmet was a smaller, I can't imagine, a smaller giant. There was minotaurs and other weird creatures that would live out in the mountains that would disrupt them and just their normal life. There must still be some out there, but you'd have to find them.
So you can point us in the approximate direction of where they could be. They
We
live in
generally
caves,
know-
They live mountain peaks, valleys.
So we know that they're not inside the mountains, so it would be something up in the mountains themselves. Because that's where Galmet came from, at least that's what he's told us. So we would assume that they're either roaming
Has
or...
anyone around here seen one before, or is that all just rumors?
I haven't. I haven't heard too many people that have seen one. Generally,
How big
we
are
don't have need to go up into the mountains. Probably put you two together, you three together, widthwise, and then maybe about I don't know, 8 or so feet tall.
And if we catch one of these things, what are we supposed to do with it?
Well, we just want the meat, so
Just the meat? Do you,
Yeah,
Sure.
you want to
kill
make
it.
like steaks out of it or something?
kill the bastard. I don't care.
He's the butcher.
Yeah, I think we just kill it and drag
Is
it.
there a stable around here or anything? We're gonna need some type of. If we're gonna kill this guy,
There-
how we're gonna bring
Like a
back this
cart?
15. Yeah.
We have
Cart.
some donkeys, but they're more for the mine, beasts of burden,
Any cart that we could pull up the mountain, like a hand cart at least?
I don't think a cart would work that well, but you
Well,
could
how do you
certainly.
expect us to bring back a beast like this?
Well, at
It's
least just-
huge. We could bring back a part of it.
Look, I don't know.
Leader.
I just tend the tavern.
Fran,
Yeah.
you played darts with that dwarf who was a miner, right?
Yeah.
He looks a little drunk.
Dirty.
Persuade
dwarf.
him. Maybe we could give him.
Dirty Dan?
We can bet some gold, and he can bet those donkeys, and you can win. Looks like you won no problem last time.
All right, let's go talk. If he's still there, let's go talk to him.
Oh, okay.
All right,
See you
thanks.
later.
Thanks, Max.
All right.
Nice lighter of your
Goodbye.
copper. 4 copper
Oh.
pieces.
Thanks. She puts it in her pocket and continues back to your thing. You still see him there. He's very sloshed, very smashed.
Dwarf. Try to get his attention.
Oh, you
Everyone
again.
in bars looks over.
Hello.
Would you like to make another wager?
On what? I ain't playing darts with you again.
I heard you have donkeys, perhaps.
From the mine.
Who
For
the
mine?
There's donkeys that we use for the mine. Yeah, they're not mine.
Maybe you can get me a couple.
But they're not mine.
Who is in charge of the donkeys?
Ah.
Okay, he's useless.
Hold on, I was waiting for that.
Wow, what happened there?
The curtains were drawn back.
1 second. I mean, if you talk to Hank in the mine, but I mean, generally we use the donkeys for carrying stuff in the mine.
Could they carry something pretty large then?
Yeah, I mean, they carry a large load, maybe like 100 pounds or more, 200.
Okay.
That's probably enough for like.
To Hank, you said?
Yeah,
Where's
Hank Redfoot.
Where's Hank live?
Hank?
He lives in the mine.
I said to Hank.
Is the mine open 24 hours a day, or does...
No, that's why we're all here right now. Just check in the morning.
All right.
Thank you.
What was your name, by the way?
Alan.
Alan.
Alan the dwarf.
Thanks, Alan. Alan.
Honestly, if we talk to Maddox again, he might give us something to help him with this thing. You
Yeah.
know, like he might have a little cart or something.
Mhm.
Or at least, like, some suggestions.
Yeah,
We'd
that's a
probably,
good
like,
idea.
chop off the thing's legs, because what meat are you going to get out of this? Horse legs or whatever, right?
Horse legs.
I don't know.
Bull
The
legs.
most tasty part
Well,
of
these
a
things are
minotaur.
huge. These things are like, I'm
Yeah.
understanding they're like 10, 15 feet tall. Like, these things
Like,
probably
do
weigh
they
like a
just
ton.
want the horse butt part of it?
You want the rump? Like the
Yeah.
Minotaur
We
rump?
get
Like, what?
pieces
Maybe
of
we
each
should
of them.
ask
We should ask what's
We
his
get like a
nuts.
leg, an arm, and a head.
Yeah.
See what that is.
We gotta go talk to the guy again real quick.
Yeah.
Or in the morning. What was his name?
Maddox.
Maddox.
Maddox. Yep, Maddox.
How far is the butcher area from where we are?
Oh, not. I mean, it's in town. It's not too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try to see if he's still there, just so we can get it figured out.
Good.
And
Nope.
then, as they're talking, we go up to Meg again real quick.
Okay.
She has a break.
Yep. You see her hand out a few drinks and some meat, and then turns right back to you.
By the way, Meg, so my name's Fen. I think we met earlier, but I had a
We
question.
discussed that, yeah.
Yeah, I had a question. Have you met any strange kind of magic folk heading through this tavern? I used to work in my own tavern, actually, the Shining Revel. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Ooh, haven't heard of it. I've heard of a few taverns. Magic folk. Magic folk. There's a couple in town, but there's actually a gentleman from Ilarith here.
Oh.
His name is, one second. His name is Luris.
His name is
Luris.
There it is.
He's been in town for a number of weeks. Maybe you could talk to him?
Alright, do you know where you might possibly be?
Well, he's been in the mine a lot, but he does stay at the inn. I've never seen him here, though. I think he's one of those, like, up and tidy folks that just deals with his own problems and then moves on.
I'm gonna cast a message to Fen. Just say, maybe this guy can help us with our skin book.
Who said that?
I
Oh,
can't
damn
do
it.
that.
He doesn't know
How
it.
do you... What? Who said what?
What? Oh, sorry. I'm a little confused.
Me
Thank you.
too. Okay.
Go to
I think I
bed.
drank too much. I gotta go to bed.
Okay.
Send you a message.
Thank you, Meg. I'm gonna head
Yep.
out of the
You started
tavern.
talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go out and try to find Maddox, if he's still at his
Okay.
post.
You walk outside, it
Looks like
is
2 a.m.
very dark, and it's about 2 a.m.
Oh, she's probably sleeping. Okay, maybe in the morning.
I'm just gonna find a nice stable to curl up with a pig or
I'm
something.
gonna head
Is the
towards-
town pretty like active still?
At this point, the bar is probably down to like 40, 30% as you guys are still hanging out, capacity-wise. People are starting to head back. The outdoors is pretty, like, around town's pretty quiet. You see people, like, heading back to their homes, or a lot of homes have their little torches or candles that have been snuffed out.
I'm gonna head towards the Sleeping Giant Inn.
Sure.
Yeah,
All of you?
I'll
Nope.
do that as well.
First off, myself.
I'll just be a stable boy.
Okay, sure. So the three of you eventually make your way and eventually find the Sleeping Giant Inn. As you guys head in, you see behind the counter a... 1 second. If it would open for me. Alright, it's not opening. Give me a second.
The door is locked.
Yeah. You see behind the counter, someone just kind of like sitting there, like twiddling their thumbs, and they see you walk in. You see a male dwarf, almost like a jet black beard, goes down to about the center of his chest. Very buzzed, short haircut. You see very vibrant green eyes and a few moles that just kind of dot around his face. You see him kind of wearing furs and some leathers as he looks over to you guys. Hello, welcome to the Sleeping Giant Inn.
Oh, I assume you're Rick?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Fen. Meg sent us from the tavern. We're looking for somewhere to stay.
Well, you're here at the inn. Just the three of you, same room, separate.
I don't care.
We could probably just do one room.
All right. Well,
I
we'll
like to
just
sleep on the floor anyways.
Oh, alright.
5 silver.
Alright. I'll throw her 5 silver.
He takes the gold, pulls out a key.
Um,
Head
as I'm-
upstairs. Second room on the right.
As I'm sitting next to him, I'm gonna kind of whisper. Also, do you have a man by the name of Luris also staying here? I'm gonna slide him extra 3 silver.
Ooh.
He takes it. Yeah. He's the elven fellow. He's been here for a few weeks. He's been trying to pack up, but yeah. I don't know. I don't really talk to him. Doesn't really talk to me.
All right, thank you very much.
Sure. I'm sure you can find them downstairs in the morning.
All right. Bring the key over. Well, let's go to our room.
All right.
Where's Leader Karth?
He said something about donkeys and he walked away, so I think he's just gonna go do his own thing.
Still thinking about the mission. That's why he's our leader. Head upstairs.
Yep. Karth, you step out of the tavern and you see your 3 friends head off in a totally different direction, and you're like, well, I better find somewhere to sleep.
Yep.
So,
I don't feel comfortable in inns unless I'm really wasted, but I'm not. I didn't drink tonight.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Just to see how well you can find it.
16.
16. Okay. It doesn't take you long. It takes you about 5 minutes as you actually, you do manage to find a donkey stable.
Oh, I wasn't looking for donkey. I was looking more for like sheep, pig, goat, that type of...
You know that you saw a lot of it outside of the city, but you haven't seen any inside yet. So did you want to go outside of the city?
No.
Okay. So is the donkey pen all right?
Are they laying down or are they standing
They're like
up?
sleeping.
Do donkeys stand up when they sleep or do they lay down?
They probably lay down.
In this world,
Like
we'll say they lay down.
horses.
Alright.
It's probably kind of
Yeah.
like horses go down sometimes.
I'll just go find a bale of hay and just curl up over
Yep.
there.
They kind of, and they look over and they just put their heads back down.
Okay.
And you curl up next to a series of donkeys. Smells pretty bad, but
Yep. That's what I'm used to though.
yeah.
It's a vagabond.
So, anything else anyone wants to do
I'd
before we get
like
a night's
to
rest?
See if I can find the room that the elf is staying in.
Okay, so you actually want to like go door to door and like
before-
knock?
Well, not really knock. No, just kind of see what doors. Like, are each room taken?
Okay. You see a number of rooms. All the doors are closed. You would assume just like your door when you got up there, it was closed and you had to unlock it. You don't see any light under any of the doors or anything sneaking through at this point. I guess go ahead and roll a perception check.
5.
5. Okay. We'll say investigation. I know it's probably not much better, but
So instead of that, it's 9.
9? Okay. You kind of go up to each door and kind of put your ear to it, but you don't hear any snoring or anything like that. You try to look under the door crack, but there's not too much that you can discern to specifically tell what room a certain person is in or if it's empty or used.
Okay. I'll just go
Maybe
back
we'll
to
see.
the room.
Okay. Anyone else?
Go
Okay.
Sleep on the floor.
All right. So you guys lay down, take a full 8 hours rest, and we'll say you guys,
Our health back.
you get all your health, all your spells, and for that, we will take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor. Hey folks, it's me, Donnie, your friendly neighborhood game manager. Are you having trouble finding some awesome music, sound effects, and soundscapes for your tabletop games? Well, look no further than BattleBards. Over at BattleBards.com, you have access to thousands, and I mean thousands, of audio tracks that you can use in your games. Do you need a nice sound effect for your wild magic sorceress, who of course cannot contain her elemental blasts? Or maybe you need a tune for that gnome tavern keep, who always has some sort of invention up his sleeve. If you head over to BattleBards.com, you can get yourself a Prime subscription, which grants you access to the soundboard, mixer, and best of all, you can use the promo code DICECHATTER to get 20% off all store purchases. You heard the Paladin right. 20% off everything using the promo code DICECHATTER. So what are you waiting for? Get yourself some top-notch tunes for your tabletop games from BattleBards, or this enraged barbarian will exchange this orc head, well, for your head. Disclaimer, no heads will be removed. Alright, now back to the show. Alright, we're back. So, you guys finish a long rest and wake up. 3 of you inside the Sleeping Giant Inn, and 1 of you get waken up a little bit before your group at about 6 a.m., just as the sun is cresting over. There's a number of dwarves just starting to grab these donkeys. A few of them come into the pen, and a dwarf kind of looks down at you and shakes your shoulder awake.
Oh!
What are you doing here, lad?
I wanted to be the first one to grab a donkey in the morning, and I actually go to try to grab a donkey.
All right, well, we need to use these for our mining.
Right. I need to use one for my special project.
All right, well, I don't have the authority to give you a donkey,
Bless you.
so you might want to go talk to the foreman.
I'll talk to the farmer. Just hold one back for me. How does that sound?
Talk to the foreman, and he starts taking the donkey as he just see. It's like the weirdest thing this guy's seen
Can
all
I
day.
just stop him from taking the donkey? I'll hold on to the donkey too. Like, no, I insist. It's for a special project.
All right, You don't seem to be from around here, laddie. These are the mine donkeys.
Racist?
You see a human standing next to him who's grabbing another donkey. Listen, laddie, I don't want any trouble, all right? If you just want some, just go talk to the foreman. I don't see what the big deal here is. I don't know what that means.
Roll, I want to do intimidation.
Okay, what are you
What are you
saying?
doing?
I implore you to reconsider.
This is just like Dolores all over.
Okay, so like
Yep.
persuasion or like
Oh,
you're
Intimidation.
Okay, so you're like you need to physically like threaten this guy with something if you're
Well, I
intimidating.
grab the donkey and I'm trying to like hold him back from...
All right, sure.
Is that
Go
enough
ahead.
or no?
Sure. Sure.
This is like Dolores, except we're not strong enough to beat the guards.
Crits.
right
I
now.
just crit it.
That's
Another
true.
crit.
Okay. All right. Obviously, you got a little fire in your eye. We'll both go to the foreman together. We'll bring the donkey with us.
Alright.
All right. Just don't do anything stupid. All right.
Alright.
So, you, this donkey, this dwarf, and another human, and another donkey, start making your way into the physical mine. So,
Alright.
we'll
Oh, I didn't know we had to go to the mine. I thought it was like right over.
we'll continue with you just cause.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's all
Good
good.
morning.
Yeah.
Let's go find Leader Karth.
All right. So you head into the mine. It's a decently sized entrance. You can easily walk in. As you see, there are a number of people like getting ready for the day. A couple of people still hiccuping from the late night last night, and everyone's putting on pickaxes and shovels and like putting on tool belts and walking in, and a lot of them are already working on the sides. There's like some carts that don't necessarily go farther deeper into the mine that would lead off to certain sizes or sides of the walls. And these are like perfectly carved, smooth walls that have been cut, at least in this section. Eventually you turn around a corner and you start to see a forge that is actually being bellowed, and there's a dwarf. You see a male dwarf, middle-aged from what you can tell, kind of maybe late-aged, red and gray beard and hair. You see he's not wearing shoes at all, and it looks like his feet are warming themselves with the amount of hair that's on him. So it's very just bright red hair that's just like curling off his top of his feet. As you walk over with you, this other dwarf, and two donkeys and another human, you all walk over. The dwarf turns over. Hank? This guy here, what's your name?
Karth.
Karth. He's looking to borrow a donkey?
Just temporary. It's a special project.
Hank just like finishes like pumping the bellow a couple times and turns back. So, why on earth do you want the donkey?
Perhaps you're familiar with Galmet, the town guard.
Yeah, very familiar.
He's a close associate of ours. We're going to try to do him a birthday favor. We're going to try to get some Minotaur meat to him because he's very fond of it. So if you wouldn't mind, if we could just borrow a donkey, it'd be much appreciated for hauling back the meat from the mountain.
All right, I see where you're getting at, but we need these donkeys. So, if you're willing to pay for this donkey's salary, I'd be more than happy to hand it over.
How much?
10 gold.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Well, this is my mine, and I would argue that I might have to get Galmet, because I've known him for many years,
Get him what?
stranger, and ask you to leave my mine.
Get him what? I don't understand.
Get him
have
to
to get
kick
rid of
your
him.
ass.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to get the meat for him. I was like, oh, you can do that if you
No.
want. All right.
We're all very confused.
Any other livestock or trading, animal trading areas in this town? Or
10 gold for my donkey.
you're not being very helpful, man.
No, but when you come in and discuss and demand things, I'm not a
No, I'm
very
not
happy
demanding.
man.
I was just seeing if we could work out a deal. That's all.
10 gold for you.
10 gold. That's a lot of money, man. How about 3 gold?
No, please.
All right. Bye.
Have a good one. As he just goes right back to the bill.
Alright. Well, I walk away. I'm gonna scope out and see if I can just like lure a donkey over my way with message or something.
Okay, so with message?
With message, I'll say to one of the donkeys,
Okay.
which means follow me if you want to live.
Sure.
If you want.
You go, meow, meow. And you know the spell well enough that it doesn't seem to go into its head.
Alright.
It's not intelligent enough, or
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Doesn't
enough.
speak a language.
And
We
you
can
keep
talk to
walking up.
Matic. He probably has something.
Yeah. All right. I'll just walk away.
Okay. So, as you walk out a little frustrated and disappointed, the rest
Not
of you are
frustrated,
getting
I
up
was just
at this
trying
point. Oh, I apologize. Are getting up and starting your day.
Good morning. I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave into the hallway and
Sure.
search for this elf.
Bye.
Okay. Do you
morning,
go
see
downstairs or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okay. You go downstairs and you do see a elven male with kind of tannish skin, just kind of sitting and kind of like he's like picking at the food in front of him, just like kind of like picking for like little pieces of meat that he wants, and then like picks it, peels it, and eats it.
I go sit next to him, like right next to him.
Sure. You see his he's got dirty blonde hair that kind of hits shoulder length, very slender yet he's actually like a little beefy, not like ripped by any means, but you know he's toned. You see very greenish robes that are I'll get there that are going over his shoulders, and he kind of turns over and looks down. Hello,
Hi,
creature.
I'm Fen, and are you Luris by chance?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I heard about you. I heard you're a very, very good magician or mage,
Wizard, but yes.
wizard.
Yes.
Fascinating. I've met a few of you. I've actually worked in a few taverns, and well, out of curiosity, and I'm no expert. Well, you obviously are. You've been around and you know much more than I do. I have a few questions if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, I have nothing else to do, so why not?
Well, I pull out skin book first.
Oh, jeez.
I have this. Do you know what this is?
No, but you've piqued my interest, little man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like slide it over.
May I?
Sure.
Kind of picks it up and looks at it. He kind of fondles it and feels it. You don't see him. You know what incantations look. You've seen Karth and Brago cast incantations. He kind of looks it over it and slides it back to you. Where'd you find this?
Oh, we killed a bunch of little dragon things, and they had them.
Oh, mercenary?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, I've actually been looking to get out of this town.
Oh, really? Why? It's
And-
a nice town.
Yes, but my work here is done, and let's just say my mercenaries that I came with got sick of waiting for me, and they, well, ditched out of town and head back. So, I'm alone, and I need to head back to, well, my city, turn in my research, and move on to the next place.
I see.
Is it just you, or did you
Well,
guys walk downstairs by
Yeah,
any?
I will have wanted to walk down there.
Okay. So, little mercenary, killer of small dragon creatures, I'd love to hire you.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not the leader. We have to go talk to our leader, Karth. He's a great man, good hunter.
Of course.
He can negotiate with you. But I had one more question.
Sure.
Are you familiar with spells that can restore, I don't know, memory? I've kind of blacked out for a while. I don't really remember what happened.
Not technically my school of study, but very interesting. I am a transformation mage, school of magic.
Can you turn into like sheep and things?
No, I am very low on the totem pole. I'm a student at Larth, it's a school of transmutation.
Oh,
I study rocks.
Just rocks?
Oh, so you've been in the mines.
I have been in the
Rocks.
mines. Big orc lady.
You see any minotaurs?
these are my friends.
No, no minotaurs. Good to meet you, friends.
Butting into the conversation.
I'm Luris Reynold. Raynor, apologize. I can't read my own name.
Late night, huh?
No, not at all, actually. It's been very boring.
8 p.m. bedtime, I'm assuming.
Currently, I've been working on the transformation to properties on rock and stone in numerous locations across the Darkhorn Peak mountain range.
Have you been on top of the mountains?
No, generally interior.
He said he hasn't seen any minotaurs.
No, I have not seen a minotaur.
Oh,
What
well,
have you seen
I
besides rocks? And dwarves?
a few creatures here and there. Generally, when you travel through the mountain, it is the safest path, but still, safest paths still aren't necessarily, well, safe.
Sorry, we'll say his name one more time.
Luris, Raynor, Reynore.
mine's completely wrong, but I'm keeping it.
As long as you know how to say it.
Well, I'm gonna go find our leader, and you can discuss
So
with
it's 3 of you and your leader? So 4.
Other group member, yes.
4. Okay, other group member. All right, well, I'm in town here. Really, I'm just waiting.
Why have you not just left by yourself?
Well, I can cast a spell here and there, but I don't trust myself in terms of combat on the way back home. It's about a 3-day trek through the mountain back to Ilarith and about a half-day trek down the Ardok Run to reach the city. Now, people in the city may be more knowledgeable of what that book can do. Me, myself, I apologize. Not my,
Back in the pouch.
Not my cup of tea.
Have you ever seen writing that looks similar to this at all?
It looks like some other alien-esque type language, but I couldn't read it. He kind of goes through his spell book real quick. Flips through. I apologize.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna walk out of the inn.
I'll be here. Okay, you two follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay with this weird guy.
Okay, you just sit across from him?
Oh, what kind of smorgasbord do they have over
It's like very hearty type food, like potatoes, carrots, meats. Excuse me.
Some meat and potatoes.
Yeah, he kind of is like, please. And he slides it towards you.
Sick of it?
Not my taste, let's just say. As you two start walking out of the inn, you guys look over at Karth, who's just kind of waiting for you. I assume you went back to the inn?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm walking back
Ah, Karth! Leader. Good to see you. You're safe.
I tried to acquire us a donkey, but was unsuccessful. And in the process, it also angered a very red-headed dwarf by the name of Hank or something. What was his name?
Hank, yeah.
Was it Hank?
Yeah.
Hank of the Hill. Well, I'll talk to him later.
Hank, who lives under the hill.
What? We have another person seeking to employ us, who we might help later, but you can talk to him. He's in here. He's a nice elf guy.
Okay.
I grab Karth's hand and I drag him into the inn.
As he's kind of like sliding the food over to you, he looks up and he's like, oh boy. Is that your leader? Getting dragged by that small gnome?
Yeah, other group member.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not the leader.
Compatriot.
He drags you over to the table. Luris stands up and puts his hand out. Good to meet you. Luris Raynor.
Hey, Loris. Nice to meet you.
Luris.
Loris, sorry.
Yes.
Not good with names.
It's okay. And yours?
Karth.
Karth. Very simple.
Yep.
So, you are the leader of this
No, I'm not the
rag-bad
leader.
team of mercenaries?
We're all equal footing in this group, but
All right.
the young one here likes
So
to...
honorable, leader. So,
He has memory issues, so we'll leave it at that. But,
He did mention getting back his memory, so yes.
He wants help back
I'm assuming
there.
he already... let's just say he already filled me in.
yeah.
Okay.
He filled me in on the way over or something
Okay.
about what's going on, so...
So, what you all say?
We need to
Business to
determine
attend to.
whether or not we still want to go after a Minotaur. But other than that, I don't, we're going to Ilarith anyway, so I don't see why you can't just tag along with us.
Well,
Oh.
Unless there's
You plan on entering
entering what?
Elarith?
Oh yeah.
Is that a problem?
Without me, it would be.
Why?
Well, then we probably could go
It's
together.
very difficult to get into the city if you are not an active member or already a part of the mercenary guild.
Didn't know that.
this is interesting.
So how would one join a group if you can't get into the city?
2,500 gold pieces pass an exam.
Holy shit.
That is to become a
4,500
student
gold
of
or
a
an
specific...
exam?
both,
Oh.
and to join up into one of the specific schools of magic.
So I think we might be able to escort him.
It is very rare an outsider that
no
is...
one crosses information to us at this point. Everyone's like, go to Ilarith, down that way, you'll be alright.
Get on down there.
Heck.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but obviously
Bunch
folks
of
that are not from Ilarith.
Hillbillies.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So
Underworks and
2,500
things.
gold and
And you have to take a test.
a test. Like
He's
what
saying
kind
if
of?
we escort him,
Well,
we
that's
might
a
be able
magic
to
test to
in.
get into the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it if you were looking to get into one of the 7 schools of
I
magic.
didn't realize it was a school. I thought it was just a city.
Oh,
It,
so
it is.
A school
So
city?
even for the
It
city,
is.
we need.
to enter the city, we have
Passage.
to pay money. Still,
No,
I'm confused.
if you are under my employ, which you would be, if you join me back, I could get you into the city.
Okay.
But keep in mind, unlike myself, most folk don't take kindly to those who are not actively students. So, consider yourself second-class citizens. And a very just big smile.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Fine with me.
I'm used to that anyway.
Yeah.
So if we were to do this Minotaur thing,
We need to
Yeah,
have
we
a little...
probably
we do
need
it
like
now.
yeah,
We need to
we
have a
need to
little powwow.
discuss
yeah.
that. We'll
Well-
we'll get back to you.
Yeah, when do you... I assume you want to depart like as soon as possible.
I'll leave whenever you four are ready.
Alright.
Alright.
We need to have a little powwow and we'll get back to you.
Well,
As soon as possible.
Enjoy your whatever tiny thing you're
It has already been enjoyed as much as I can. And he
Yeah.
slides it to the rest of you four and kind of
Yes,
gets back to his
Ben.
book.
Well, since we're in the mining town, I mentioned it briefly before. You could probably get some silver arrows made while we go kill this Minotaur thingy. And then once we get the Minotaur meat back, you can get your arrows, and we can take Ludus, Rednart.
Personally,
Red Nart.
I'm completely fine if we want to just skip the Minotaur mission. I'm not having a lot of fun in this town thus far.
This is the
People-
one fun thing I thought would happen. I'm craving
The Minotaur?
craving some bloodshed.
Okay.
It's been far too long for me.
Well,
We
also
have a democratic vote of
it could
yays
also
versus
help.
nays.
help us get us some coin if we're going to a city that's really wealthy.
I think we need
Yeah.
to talk to
Are
Maddox
we-
to see what this
Is that what we're
arrangement
getting
could
paid?
be.
Okay, so that's the
I
thing. Is
think
we're
getting
getting
a good
paid.
favor of Gilmet could be a thing for future, like help us out.
Yeah. Let's talk to
Good city favor could
Maddox
help
because
us
maybe
out.
he'll pay us or something. You never know for our help.
Right. That's fine with me.
So maybe
We never-
we'll
you know, we never
figure
know when
out
we need
what
him.
he can offer and then we can decide after that.
So talk to Maddox.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I
because
don't
if it's
know
just
where
going to be us doing this and it's not going to do anything, then
Yeah.
maybe we just leave.
Okay. I'll be here. So you guys get up. You guys get up. You guys make your way out of the tavern into Butcher's Square, and you see the familiar, older half-orc gentleman just slaughtering away. You guys walk up to see him. Oh, hey, you four.
Hi, Maddox.
Hello. Hello.
We'd
So-
like- we'd like to discuss the Minotaur situation with you.
Oh, keep your voices down.
Sorry, that's me whispering.
It's okay. I talk real loud too. I understand. So, well, you accept?
Would you have anything that would help us with this? Perhaps a cart or donkey or
Oh, I could probably talk to Hank.
anywhere.
Get you a donkey.
Oh god.
Yes, maybe
Good luck.
you do that.
Oh yeah, me and Hank go way back.
Okay.
But
So we would be killing this Minotaur.
sure.
This, perhaps donkey would help us bring it back.
Sounds like a smart idea. Yeah.
Any compensation or anything like that?
Yeah, I thought
For
we
help,
discussed
or-
that I'd give you this bag.
Of what?
Oh, the animal bag.
It's a bag of
I
tricks.
forgot already. Oh.
It's got these little fuzzy balls in it. You throw it and animals poop out.
Yeah, the little animal.
Unfortunately,
animal
forgot.
balls.
A friend gave it to me forever ago. He thought I could use it to slaughter them, but unfortunately, when they die, they kind of just. Pff.
Well, I'm sure
Is
a
this
Magic Town would love to buy that.
Yeah.
Or just be, yeah.
That's
Or
our
we
point.
keep it.
Use that for leverage.
Or just
Not
use it for
leverage,
like
but-
battles and we throw an
Well,
animal.
we
They're
could
like
probably trade for
Pokemon.
something else in the Magic Town.
Pokemon?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So, what do you say?
As long as you can talk to Hank for us. Heard he's
Yeah.
a really nice fellow.
Yes.
He's
Very
great. I
nice
love
guy.
Hank.
Of course.
Best smith
If
that
you
we
could
have in
get
the
two
entire town.
donkeys, that would be preferred because this Minotaurs, from what I understand, are very large.
Could a
Okay.
donkey handle?
Two
And two carts and two donkeys.
might be pushing it, but
Oh,
I'll get you one for sure.
well, if you get one, did you also say he was a smith?
Yes,
Do you want to also
best smith
ask
in
him
town.
to make
Hank?
some arrows?
He is. Yes, that's where the forge is.
How about
is
this?
In the mine.
I need to mend some bridges. Can I come with you?
Sure.
Okay.
Mend bridges.
Don't
had a
worry
rough
about
morning.
it. I gotta go talk to him.
All right. He kind of waves at like a person that's sort of nearby. Can you watch the stand for me?
Maybe
Alright.
put in a good word for this one.
Oh, okay. Sounds fine.
Yeah.
He kind of gets up, goes around the counter. He has this little sign. It says closed. Puts it right on the front. Oh, be back. Anyways, all of you go, or just you, or
I'm curious.
I think maybe we're gonna discuss things. Do you guys wanna?
I'm gonna go with him.
Do you wanna do the Minotaur stuff?
I mean,
I do.
I'll sit around
Okay.
this. I'll follow you. You're big and you protect me.
okay. Sounds like all of you are going.
Yeah,
all right.
We got nothing else
So,
to do.
all of you make your way back to the mine. You kind of snake through. There's a series of torches lighting up the side. And eventually, you guys turn the corner to the left and see the massive forge and Hank still working away. He kind of turns around and kind of waves over to you guys and sees you and is a little confused and then just kind of puts his hand down. Maddox kind of walks up. Hank, looking for a donkey. These folks are, He waves. Awkward. This Hank
Everyone's so
character.
confused by you.
And, anyways, I lost train of thought now. Maddox looks down at
Donkeys.
Hank. So, we're looking for a donkey.
Yeah.
Asses.
They're, he kind of whispers, it's for Galmet. You know, the meat thing. Oh, of course. Take one. That's what you were asking about. Why didn't you tell me it was for that?
I did, didn't I?
I don't think you did. Did he?
Thought he did.
I'm an
I'm
idiot.
pretty certain I
Yeah, 'cause
did.
he
I'm an
says
idiot.
He's friends with
I
Galmet.
told you what it was
Yeah,
for. I
and
was
you're
trying to be
like, I've
reasonable.
been friends longer.
You jumped down my throat.
No, this is a secret from Galmet. You should have said Maddock. You're friends with Maddock.
Yeah, well, he was trying to say he was doing it for Galmet because he's friends with
Anyways,
Galmet.
I can get your donkey.
Well,
I
we
can't.
weren't
It's all
there.
good now.
We weren't
Yeah.
there.
I can't spare more.
Alright. Well, one's
Got a large workload we gotta make through. Donkey
You're,
can carry a lot of weight. 200.
You're a smithy
Oh.
too.
Yes.
Can you, if I give you some silver, can you make some silver-tipped arrows for me?
I could. It'll take a little bit of time.
How long? Good day.
Probably a couple of days.
Never mind.
maybe the next town.
Yeah.
I think they're
Alright.
all gonna take a couple days.
What?
I think it's always gonna take a couple days. Everyone
Yeah,
said
but
that.
maybe the
But
other
we're not
side
going to
will
be here for a
there,
couple days,
yeah.
and maybe we'll be somewhere else.
Okay.
Well, we don't know how long
Alright,
this
when
Minotaur thing's
does
gonna
this
take
donkey
either.
have a name?
True.
Well, we don't name things that we eventually eat.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
So,
Just curious.
here's your mule. Good luck. And
Do you have a cart too?
don't tell Galmet. Oh, generally know that donkey. There's these like massive sacks that just hang off the side, like big, huge saddlebags.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
It's a
they
pack
don't
of
go up
deal.
mountains anyways.
I guess so. We're gonna have to
We have to make some
Clean it up.
Minotaur,
steaks.
All I
So-
ask-
Okay.
Please don't have my donkey killed.
No. Not We're
I'll
talking about.
ask, I'll ask them, is there like a clear path around the mountain, up the mountain, or does
There
it,
is, as far as I know, not really nobody goes into the mountain because we really have no need to, but there is a small game trail that starts and then eventually fades off, but it's can become a maze up there. I don't really know though.
do we have
Alright.
any knowledge of the last location? Does someone see a Minotaur?
No, they just say
I
they're in the
asked.
mountains.
Yeah.
I've never seen
I saw
one.
Maddock kind of turns to you guys. Well, Galma did describe where he used to live. I could at least sort of point you in a direction.
That
Alright.
would help.
Maybe a start.
He discusses with you guys for a minute. I know where he lived wasn't too far from the town. Maybe half a day's journey. You know, realistically, a half a day's journey up through the mountains isn't that far, so it might only be maybe 8 to 10 miles or so. All I know is he kind of came from the southeast, I'm sorry. Or up the mountain way. So at least if you sort of travel that direction, I'm sure you'll eventually find some sort of area. Maybe a small opening with a cave or just hints of game and things like that. As far as I
They
know,
don't live in caves.
I don't know. All I know is Minotaurs are supposed to live in mazes and stuff, but Galmet's always talked about ones that used to mess with the people that, he used to live with. So, I don't know how it all works. These might be some weird ones that traveled out of the labyrinth and decided to live out and smell some fresh air.
Alright.
Any way that you'd like to take a day off and join us? A little adventure?
Oh, I'm too old. I used to swing a sword back in my day, but, not me. That's
you
why
look
I'm
pretty spry.
very kind. Not anymore. But, anyways,
I'll flip him a silver piece on the way out.
Tank
Yeah. Thanks for all your help,
gives you a nod.
bitch. I whisper that.
Sure.
He's old.
You guys start making your way out of the forge, out of the mine, donkey in hand, as you guys start trekking your way.
Mule the mule. Let's-
Alright.
Eventually, Maddox kind enough to kind of lead you to almost like a back corner of the town where there is no back wall, essentially, and there is a small trail that's just kind of leading up. There's a couple small shrub trees that are around it, but it's not kept up, nothing like that. Well, I wish you all luck. Look, it's just a present at the end of the day. Don't get yourself killed or hurt or anything like that. But I really do appreciate it. And so will the people of this town. So, well, anything else? I think
Nope.
that's all I have to offer at the end of the day. And I've been away from my stand for like almost an hour. I really gotta get back. So, good luck. And I'll see you all when you get back.
See you soon.
Alright.
With some meat. With some meat.
Yeah.
Anyways. Alright. Good luck. And he turns around and starts making his way back.
All right.
So, the four of you, and a donkey, and a pack mule with empty saddlebags, you guys start making your way, trekking up this mountainside.
Do
So,
we have a donkey and a mule, or just a donkey?
just a donkey. Donkey's same, pretty much the same thing. Pack mule, donkey.
All right.
I call it the same thing.
I like pack mule.
Sure. All right, so you guys and Eddie Murphy start making your way up the mountainside. It's when you first start, it's a little bit of a trek, but I'd like everyone to give me a marching order. I actually do have a pack mule mini, but I don't have it
Is
here.
it like a skinny trail when you do single file?
Yeah, from when do you start, it's a little bit thicker, but it is starting to thin out, and then eventually there's just no trail at all, and you guys are like climbing over rubble and rocks and here and there. It's a relatively steady grade going up. You haven't hit any points where it's like sheer cliff face where you have to go up yet or anything like that. So, who's leading the way and doing their survival checks?
I'll probably leave because I'm decent with survival and perception, and
Okay, so Eira,
I'm
give
used to
me
getting hit with things a lot.
a survival check. This will determine how well you can avoid certain parts of the mountain.
Ooh, that's better than a 1. 15.
15. Okay, all right. You take the southeast direction. You are very apt at pointing out loose stones and things like that. You manage to lead the donkey across a good path. You do see a couple points where there are some sheer rock faces, but you manage to find the specific little path that you guys can snake through and head up farther into the mountain. Miraculously, no falls, no trips, no nothing, as you guys are getting farther and farther up this mountain. Eventually, you get to a path where it does open up a little bit more, and you start to see. All of you, give me perception checks.
Ooh, that was good.
That's a good one. 20 total.
19.
10. 4.
Okay, Fen, as Eira's leading the way, you start picking out a series of bones here and there and some fur that are just kind of, thrown off into some rocks in a corner and some more here and there, but it's starting to get more and more prevalent. You feel like you're at least somewhere where something has been eating. You don't really know off the top of your head, but it is starting to clear up a little bit more.
How big are the bones? Are they kind of like...
If some are bigger, some are smaller. It generally, maybe one's the size of your femur. Nothing too crazy. Generally
You
smaller
got little
bones.
femurs, so.
Oh, watch out, there's like bones.
You'd assume some
everywhere.
type of mountain goat or some other creature that might be up here.
Something eating around here.
So,
Neat.
Alright.
We'll just keep an eye out.
all right, give me another survival check for the second half of this journey.
Ooh.
Yep. Ooh, that's not so good. 8.
8. Okay.
Could be worse.
So you're eventually getting to a part where it is starting to clear up. As you continue your way, your direction wavers a little bit as you have to try to get around a few other areas that are a little precarious. But eventually you come to an area and it's been maybe about 6 to 8 hours since you guys have left, and you feel like, oh man, we've gone a ways. I'd like all of you to roll perception checks.
Ooh.
7.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Crit. Again.
Great.
23.
Wasting all my crits on
Oh my god, man. So, as you're kind of trying to like guide people through in this donkey, Karth, you look and you get an earful of little chitter chatters of a language, and this will give it away. Any of you speak Goblin?
No.
Similar to what almost the kobolds were speaking, but it's different. But it sounds like chitter chatter from a smaller creature.
Everyone, I hear chitter chatter of a small creature. Could
You would probably, honestly,
Where?
you would probably know what goblins
it
are.
might be goblin.
Yeah,
From which way?
the direction you're heading.
Oh,
From this way. Ahead.
ahead? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
You guys care if I stealth forward a little bit?
Go for it.
See how many
Just
I-
do.
Okay.
God knows they would hear me.
Ooh, 13.
13? Okay. So, Brago, you continue forward a little bit. You move around a couple rocks. Some of them you step on and they move down, and you kind of look around, but nothing seems to happen. Eventually, you kind of pull up and peer over a rock, and you see about 4 or 5 goblins out front on a small campfire. It's like midday, a little after midday at this point. Actually, yeah, probably a little afternoonish. But you see them kind of like chattering with a small little spigot and like a couple little small something spinning over a campfire, and they're all kind of chatting with each other. And behind them, you do see a cave entrance. It's not huge by any means, but enough that a number of people could walk side by side and walk in.
How far am I from the group?
From the group, you're probably 200, 250 feet, and from the goblins, you're probably equivalent.
Alright. I want to go back to the group and let them know what's going on.
Okay.
So, pretty much there's
Goblins.
5 goblins around a fire, and there's a cave behind them.
Ooh.
I'd like to try something because I want to go. I want to try to cast sleep on them all while they're all right there not paying attention.
I like that.
Okay.
And a little smash, smash, smash.
So,
Sure.
I got a feeling it's going to be very difficult to get all of them.
I'll try.
We'll just kill the ones that don't go to sleep.
So I'll stealth up.
I
Okay.
like that plan.
Are you guys following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
I'll
my
be
weapon,
very far behind
I'm gonna have
because
my-
I'm loud.
and be far back too. Just have
Okay.
my weapon ready.
Where's the donkey?
Behind
Donkey
us.
can be with
With
me
Eira.
far behind because I'm loud and
Okay.
the donkey is
What's your far behind? Is it like 50 feet or is it like 100 feet?
probably at
Okay.
least 100.
I'd like you 3 to roll stealth checks as you head up then.
Say I
I
want him
was
to
gonna
do
hold
his
back a
thing
bit
before I
too,
even
but-
get close.
I have, to, go, I have
okay.
to go with Brago. So
Okay,
I
then
got
you 2 roll stealth checks.
17.
Oh,
17.
Bless
Okay, bless you.
Hey,
I'll wait for like
am
a
I rolling?
signal or something.
Stealth.
Uh-oh.
11.
Okay. So you 2 make your way up, kind of get to the top, and you still see these 5 goblins around the fire, kind of chitter-chattering back to each other. Around a small little fire. Brago, at this point, you're at that 200 feet point where you were.
Oh wait, I have to be within 90 feet of them.
Sure. So you're gonna have to get closer. Yeah.
Alright. Let's try. Stealth forward again.
Are you going with him? Or
Yeah.
are you staying back?
I'm gonna go with him.
Both of you roll again.
5.
Crit.
Oh.
28? Jesus Christ.
I need stealth.
Jeez.
As you both are walking, walking next to each other, you kind of look over and you're like, "Where did Brago?" You say it audibly. And a hand just right on your face, and saves you from your terrible 5. As you guys continue up, and you start getting behind a few rocks here and there, and you have these goblins in sight.
Alright, I'm gonna try to cast sleep.
Karth, at this point, when they moved up again, they went out of sight. Would you like to do anything? And you can see Karth, but
I
you're
want to be
still
able to
50
see the
feet back
goblins,
from
so how
Karth.
close can you get to see the goblins?
Okay, give me a stealth check then, because you do have to get up to that rock face.
I'll try to stay far enough to where I can see him.
Yep.
So if he's shooting or doing something, I know stuff is
That's
happening.
12.
12? Okay,
I think
noted.
I'm donkey.
All right, Brago, you get your dice together.
Alright. 5. Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Six.
26.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, let's see.
okay. You cast the spell. Does it say VSM or anything on the card? It's all 3 of those? Okay. So, under a muffled breath, you say the incantation and kind of do this. Give me, just for the sake of seeing what happens, give me another stealth check. I want to see how stealthy you physically cast the spell.
16 plus 8. 24.
Okay, 24. You barely whisper the spell and cast it, and you just see through the goblins just face first falls forward and immediately start sleeping, and one of them kind of gets dozy but stays awake, and those 2 look at each other, and they look over. Are you guys doing anything immediately?
I'm gonna shoot one that's awake.
Oh.
Okay. This will be a surprise round, so you get your shot before the goblins do anything. So you 2 get a surprise round beforehand.
Alright, so I'll do
that's
short
good.
bow as well.
Okay, short bow. And you can see the
See 3
goblins
fall
as well, and
asleep?
you see 3 of them fall down. So you're in the surprise round too.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So I'm gonna shoot one.
Yep.
3 plus 7. So that's
Okay.
10.
Miss, hit. What do you want to do? Sharpshooter or anything?
No, I'm just gonna do
Okay.
regular.
All right.
11.
11. You're the only one that hits.
5.
5. Okay. All right. An arrow flies, slams into one of the goblins. Ah! As an arrow is just like in its chest as it's still alive. At this point now, I'd like everyone roll initiative, including these goblins. Oh boy.
You have little dudes.
Yeah, I do. Actually, this is a perfect time to. We'll take a quick break, and I'll get all your initiative back. We'll be right back, folks. Hey, folks, it's me, Donnie, your friendly neighborhood game manager. Are you having trouble finding some awesome music, sound effects, and soundscapes for your tabletop games? Well, look no further than BattleBards. Over at battlebards.com, you have access to thousands, and I mean thousands, of audio tracks that you can use in your games. Do you need a nice sound effect for your wild magic sorceress, who of course cannot contain her elemental blasts? Or maybe you need a tune for that gnome tavern keep, who always has some sort of invention up his sleeve. If you head over to battlebards.com, you can get yourself a Prime subscription, which grants you access to the soundboard, mixer, and best of all, you can use the promo code DICECHATTER to get 20% off all store purchases. You heard the paladin right. 20% off everything using the promo code DICECHATTER. So what are you waiting for? Get yourself some top-notch tunes for your tabletop games from BattleBards, or this enraged barbarian will exchange this orc head, well, for your head. Disclaimer, no heads will be removed. Alright, now back to the show. We are back, folks. So, initiative, Eira, what'd you get?
7.
Okay. Fen?
22.
Jesus.
Wow.
Anyone get higher than that?
No.
Okay. Karth and Brago?
19.
Karth?
10.
Okay. Very nice. So, of course, first is Fen.
I'm gonna take a shot at one of them that's still awake. I'm
Okay.
gonna do the one on the right.
Which one did Brago hit?
The one on the right.
That's 22.
22 definitely hits.
Alright. That's 6 plus 3, so 9 hits.
It was this one here?
Yeah.
Just gets taken out immediately. Just as a second arrow or bolt flies into it. You want to move or anything?
I'll move up. Probably can I get to that rock attack?
Yeah, just you got 25 feet. Yeah, you can get mostly the way. Okay. After that, Brago. What do you want to do? You got another goblin that's physically awake.
I'll take a shot at that one. I'll move up though.
Okay.
To like 30 feet and over roughly around here.
Yeah, it's the full length of that tape measure. Okay, take a shot.
18 plus 6.
Yeah, that hits. Jesus, nice.
10.
10. Passes through the armor and just like a bolt or an arrow is just straight through his chest and poking out the back end. He dead.
Wow, these guys are tough.
And now
They're goblins.
It just says they, until the spell ends, which is a minute, it takes damage or someone using the action to shake or slap.
Yep.
So
Okay.
it's like
Karth.
So once we hit them.
Sharpshooter from back
Just
there.
walk up.
Okay.
I mean,
So he's like technically off. I was generous.
I'm gonna go through one round and then from there we'll figure out what we want to do. Okay, so then after Karth, you want to do anything else? Okay. Eira,
I'll just keep going forward.
you okay? You and a donkey, just you're not even on board to be honest. Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Then it would be the goblins, but their turn's over. So knowing that, you guys have like a little less than a minute to figure out what you want to do.
Still plenty of time.
So what do you want to do?
I
So
just
with
kill
that
them.
minute, I'm gonna go up to the goblin.
Okay.
That's me.
We all can do it at the same time.
Sure,
so,
yeah.
So I'll whip another one.
Yeah, like hold your action and
And
so
I'll
everyone gets their
use my dagger.
Okay.
Can
Pretty much.
Karth
All right. Everyone,
Can
everyone
Karth get
rolls
250
with
feet up?
advantage because they're prone.
How close can Karth get?
Well, it's not.
He can get all the way there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he can dash. So.
Can I just dash so I'm closer?
Yeah,
to
you're
things?
closer to the group. Yeah. You
I'll
and the
take the short
donkey.
sword.
Do you want to tie the donkey off anywhere?
Yeah, can I tie him on that rock or
Sure. Yeah. He's on the rock.
I don't know how far I am.
Okay. So you all are up there, and he's about to wake up.
I got crit, so.
Okay. Crit.
So is it
You kill him.
bad, right?
You kill him. Don't even bother rolling. You kill him.
And then short sword.
Yep.
Crit.
Okay. You kill him. Don't even worry about it. Karth. And I guess Eira, you're up there too, so you might as well.
I could throw something at him.
No, you're. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay.
This is
like,
the
rock
crit
bottom.
episode. Holy shit.
Should I still roll?
No, they all just and like
Slice-
their
there's
bodies
only-
are
there's only
wide open.
2 of them or 3 of them.
And you guys did it very quietly.
Yeah, it was
You guys see almost directly in front of you,
Can I
behind
grab
you.
My arrows? Or
Yeah,
my
you get your arrows back. Yep. Almost directly behind you is that cave entrance. So, what would you guys like to do?
I would like to get our donkey and tie it closer.
I like to move
Okay.
the dead bodies out of the open.
Okay. So you guys start pulling the bodies
I'll
off to the
loot it real
side.
quick first, see if there's any.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Were they cooking anything good?
I was gonna say, what kind of food
It
did
looks
they
like a
have?
rat on a couple of rats on the end.
Ooh.
21.
21. Okay. You find a smattering of just like rotten jerky meat that you can grab if you'd like,
Gross.
and 6 copper pieces.
Dude, copper.
Sure.
Is there a little thing to tie the donkey somewhere?
You just find a small spire of rock that you tie it. The donkey's pretty
Over here, shakes.
obedient, so yeah, sure, sounds good. Okay, well that was the quickest combat we've had yet this far, so there you go.
I
So
didn't even do anything.
you guys are together, and you guys are at the mouth of this cave. What would you like to do?
So do Minotaurs live in caves?
I didn't think so.
I think they might like take shelter, maybe
But this might-
somewhat inside of caves, but they don't go like
Be a
down.
goblin cave.
into
I will say
caves.
though, if these guys are chilling outside, I highly doubt them towards the
That's true. So it's probably a goblin cave.
Well,
I don't know.
maybe.
Is there another pass around besides
Little-
where we just came from? Or
I
is there
thought
another
you
path going up, or it just stops here?
It just kind of, I mean, there wasn't really a path anywhere. This
Well,
is just your first.
Keep in mind,
Big
the
interest.
kobolds also had weird eye tentacles thing
Yeah,
in their cave.
You
You,
know,
wouldn't think that's in
people-
there too.
People keep saying mazes and things. I wonder if there's some weird stuff in this cave. So
If I remember
maybe-
correctly, I think Maddox said there's an area where you could go that was kind of a maze. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Didn't you say that?
I don't know.
He said something similar. To that,
Said something
yeah.
similar, but you got up here well due to the Eira's roll, so
Yeah.
you avoided
Maybe
the.
maybe it's just a cave that leads to another outside of the mountain too.
Well, we
I
don't
feel
know
like we
where
should-
we're going.
Yeah, maybe like check it out a little bit, and then
Alright.
if we don't
I
see
can't-
signs of anything, maybe
I don't have.
just...
I can't see in there. So.
Did you have light?
Oh, that's right. I do.
I do too.
I
So-
take some cloth off the goblins and kind of cover up the area where the donkey's at a little bit. Try to. So it's
Okay.
not in the open.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. You put them on the other side of the rock, put a cloth over them. Yep, that's fine.
Well,
Kind of.
Yep.
I guess cast light, and who's gonna lead?
So I'll just go first. I can see in the dark too, so...
Okay.
I can also see.
Ooh.
So you lead the way, and you kind of step in at the cave mouth, and you just get a big whiff of just like wet fur and roasting meat.
That's a good sign.
You kind of step in and peer in. You see a number of spires and rocks dotting the area, and all of you are relatively there, right? Give me a
Yeah.
perception
Well, I
check.
won't see that far, right?
No, but at least you can hear.
Oh my
So give me a
gosh.
perception
Crit.
check.
Yeah,
7.
it's okay, you got a crit. 9.
What is it?
Perception.
What's happening?
16 team.
Okay. Both Karth and Fen, you guys hear like a just this weird like guttural chatting back and forth. But you hear that it's relatively close by, but all of you can't see it
Is
at
that
your
the
distance.
same sound that you heard the goblins make?
But you do see a light,
No.
a very faint light glow kind of over like, it's not like a wall of rock or stone by any means, but at least it's like a few feet tall, and you see a light coming kind of glancing over that little corner.
Oh, there's light. Alright,
Yeah.
well,
Do you
I'm
wanna
gonna try
to
stealth forward. Yeah.
Okay, do you drop the light?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, if there's light over there.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
26.
26, alright.
No big deal.
How far in do you want to go? Till you see something?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, alright. You go in about 40 to 50 feet, and you see it as you've been walking around, a series of bones dotting the floor, and in the back corner you see 2 large furred creatures with these massive curled
I sent a
horns in the
message
back.
to Karth. I was wrong.
And there's like crates and barrels that are dotted around here and there. In the back there's like 2 beds that are actually like, they're not like just hay and straw. They're actually like kind of okay beds just sitting in the back corner with kind of like a wall where like a bookshelf where no books actually are, and it's just kind of laid up like this is like their little living space kind of in this back corner as they're still kind of chatting with each other.
Pretty much everything you're saying to me, I'm kind of like
Yep.
summarizing it to Karth. with a
Okay.
message.
So you send it back to Karth. Karth, you relay it to the group.
I'm
What would you
kinda
guys like to
just
do?
kinda like shocked and just just watching.
Yeah.
I don't wanna
So
move.
there's 2 of them. Is what he sees.
Yes. You said 2, right?
Yep, 2. Yep.
So
How
they do
big
live in
were they?
caves.
Yeah, maybe like right in the mouth of the cave, so it's sheltered.
Yeah.
They're pretty large. They're probably, you know, a good number of feet wide and about 9 or
Alright,
so feet
I'm
tall.
going to send another message as I'm watching them, just
Yeah.
do your own thing, the card. I think we should draw these guys outside the cave.
I think we could trap them in a
Yeah.
snare.
On the way out.
Yeah.
Well, I could distract them with a instant shower of sparks or music notes.
I could potentially blind one of them.
You guys still in the cave?
So if you want to sit outside the cave.
Oh, I thought we were kind of at the mouth of the cave.
Well, you
besides.
3 are on the mouth. What do you guys want to do?
I'd
You
say
guys
maybe
can
we
set
go
up,
outside.
and then I could just get them to follow me.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe let's
Yeah,
go
let's get
outside
them
of the
out of the
cave
Okay.
and lure them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the group, the 4 of you, kind of get on the outside of the cave. What are you doing in the time that you're taking?
So I'm gonna
Or, well, here I want to know 2.
Alright.
I want to know a couple things. I want to know what you're doing and how long you plan on taking this. Doing this.
I'm taking this very seriously, first of all. This takes me 1 minute
No, I-
to do
Make
get
note
that.
of that.
I got it. Serious.
So while he's doing what he's doing, I'm gonna prop the goblins up at the fire, kind
Okay.
of like on the post, as if they're like sitting, staring into the cave.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
So you're kind of like rolling up a rock so that you can like lean them
Just
up.
kind of lean them up so they're kind
We
of
can burn it.
Sure. Yeah.
we can burn it.
Okay.
I'm just waiting outside the cave for whenever they're ready.
Give me a Fen. Give me a. Are you getting help from anyone?
No.
Okay. Give me a strength check
Okay.
or athletics is fine.
Athletics. 18.
Okay. So you're able to bring them all over relatively quickly, and then give me like a performance check. I was gonna say to like position them into
5.
5. Okay. So they're there.
Well, I
Karth.
have a really good idea.
Alright, so I'm going to take 2 pieces of 25 feet of rope,
Okay.
put them in the 5 foot radius. 5 foot diameter? 5 foot radius? Whatever. 5 foot radius. So I
Okay,
guess that's
at
good,
the
that's
mouth
good.
of the
So
cave,
that's-
I assume?
Yep. 1. So 10 feet.
Yep.
10 feet. Right in front of his. What are you doing?
Putting the goblins up when
Yeah.
they're sitting there.
So right in front of the goblins, basically.
In front of the goblins or the cave? 'Cause
Oh,
you
cave.
have to.
I put the
Don't you have to
goblins in front of
attach?
the cave.
Yeah.
the- how does the spell work? Because it doesn't have to attach to something like on the
it's a
ceiling.
magic-
magical. It's a magical rope.
Oh, sure.
It's a medical rope. that
Use
just
the
hangs
rope to
from the
create a
air.
circle 5 foot radius in the ground.
Okay.
Ground or floor.
I will say, just because we have the map here, I had to push the fire closer to the cave mouth due to where things are set up, but the cave or the campfire for the goblins is a little bit farther from the cave mouth. So I guess that's
Or
what
you
I'm
can
getting
put
at.
it wherever.
Well, I want to put it at
So
the
would it
mouth
be
of the
like
cave because that's
realistically-
probably the
Yeah,
most.
yeah.
That's the most like funneling point.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so you want both set up right at the mouth of the
Yeah.
cave. Okay,
I'm
perfect.
gonna set the goblins up like
I just have a good spell idea.
Okay, so you do that for a minute. Are you doing 2 spells of that, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2.
Okay, can you have
I'm
2 up at
using-
the same time? I'm sure you can, I'm just curious.
I mean, I got 2 spell slots.
Okay, alright. Well, I don't know if you can or not, but
I don't know.
for the sake of things, sure, why not? So,
I have a question,
Sure.
and I feel like this will be okay. But if something does damage to like a certain area, it just does damage to that area, right? Like the whole mountain won't fall down if we do damage to an area.
I doubt.
I mean,
Are
no,
these like huge rocky mountains where like there's gonna be like a landslide or some crap?
not that you can tell. No.
Okay.
This is a relatively flat space.
Okay. I have a very good idea.
Okay, anyone else want to do anything in this? Because you guys haven't taken a lot of time here. It's been like 5 minutes, if that.
I'm just ready
Could
to
I?
go.
I'm just
could
getting
I
ready
hide?
to draw.
So everyone understands the plan of what's going to happen with these snares if they work.
No,
Are you,
Oh.
I wasn't listening at all.
Maybe I should have filled everyone in at once.
Sure.
But I plan on.
I barely know.
So basically, we're gonna lure them out of the cave. They're gonna kind of bottleneck at the head of the cave, and theoretically, they're both each gonna get stuck in a snare. They're gonna get flipped upside down, and then we can kind of have our way with them while they're flipped over, and they're gonna be essentially somewhat paralyzed.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you
I have
read
a
the
very
spell
good
to me?
idea that goes
Yep.
with that too. Then.
The trap is nearly
Okay.
invisible, requiring a successful intelligence. I'm guessing these guys are not intelligent. Check against spell save DC. The trap triggers when a small, medium, or large creature moves into the ground on the floor. The spell's
Doesn't it also
radius.
have the-
Blows them
It's not a
up
dex
against the
saving
wall.
though.
Creature must
So
succeed
this
on
is
a dex
max
saving
damage,
throw
too.
or magically hoist in the air, leaving the king upside down, 3 feet above the ground and
Like,
floor. The
this
creature is
works.
restrained until the spell ends. The spell lasts 8 hours. After the trap is triggered, the spell ends when no creature is restrained by it.
Okay, So they have to cut themselves down, correct? But they physically can cut themselves down.
They have to make a check to get out.
have
They
to
can't
check.
cut themselves down.
Okay, so like every round they could get themselves out.
Yeah, but it sits up for like a month. So if they can just never get down, they'll just sit there for a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Theoretically.
But every round they have a chance to get
Yes,
down,
every
correct?
round they can just attempt, I believe. Or let me read it.
How far am I from everybody?
Well,
Where you wanna
I
be.
guess wherever you want to be.
Well, I want to be able to be in distance range, so 120 feet, if that's even possible.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I want to be wherever he's planning his trap thing. I want to be within 10 feet of that.
Oh, that's really close.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So
You're like in front of the goblins then.
Yeah.
this is
Gotcha.
stronger.
Off the side, I'm
This is
assuming.
stronger than I thought. So when a small, medium, or
Right
large
there?
creature
Sure.
moves under the ground in the spell's radius, they have to make a dex save. If they fail, they'll be hoisted into the air 3 feet above the ground. It's restrained until the spell ends.
Oh.
And after the trap is triggered, the spell ends when there's no creature restrained by it, which means they can't break free themselves.
Someone else has to break them. free.
Someone else has to break them down.
So they can
Pretty
take
good.
damage and they're still there. They just have
That seems a little
to
For 8
get
hours.
That seems
restrained.
busted.
It's 8 hours. So
Good.
Yeah.
Is there like on the bottom of that card? Does it say like more?
see
in-
page 165.
165.
It's in Xanathar.
Sorry,
Sounds
folks.
Like if they get restrained, they're
It's
just
Xanathars.
up there.
Yeah, that seems a
It
little
looks like they
powered.
can't break down.
Oh wait, this is 60 feet, not 10 feet. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I'm a dummy dummy. Let's see if that's gonna be like there. Let's just do like.
Oh, the rope
here.
disappears and the circle becomes a magical trap.
Yep.
Creature must see to
It's
save
really
or be
invisible.
magical. The creature is restrained there until the spell ends.
So for 8 hours.
A restrained creature can make a dex saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on itself on a success. Oh, dex saving throw at the end of each of its turns. So it can
It's a
attempt
dex
to
save.
it could attempt to get out
Yeah.
at every turn. Okay, that's all I needed to know.
So
Are you
it's for
guys-
8 hours. It could potentially just be sitting there.
Is this where you guys want
Right.
to be?
Brago's in the cave.
I'm in the cave, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I
So
thought I thought all of us
you
were
need
out.
To be,
Yeah.
you need to be
No, like
outside
for our
the cave.
plan, where do you want to be set up for when we're doing
No, I have
battle?
to draw them out.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
what my
have
plan was. I
thaumaturgy.
was gonna have them following me.
I can just do thaumaturgy.
Well, so we need a way to get him out.
Just
Well,
make
I
a
was
voice.
just gonna take a shot at one of them. I mean,
Can you put the dice where the donkey should be? Wherever you want to put
Donkeys
them.
As long as you know
are
not to trigger
Yeah,
the
make it like
trap.
protected.
On my
Yeah.
way back, I want to make sure I know his traps are there.
Okay.
Make them very,
So
so I
you
know
have to
they're
do
there.
like a
I'm not gonna
jump.
run.
Okay. Is everyone where they want to be?
I want to hide behind the goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll be closer.
Where'd you go? Oh, you're right behind the
I am
goblins. I see.
right behind the goblins.
I'll be
Okay.
right there too, then. So I
Karth,
can
you're
do
right here
my
too?
Action.
Okay. So you guys are all. This is close. I'm just letting you guys know. Like
That's fine.
okay. All right.
No, I know it's like 10 feet from where they're running out.
Okay. So, Brago, are you?
Alright, so I'm gonna go
Wait.
up.
One last
to-
question. Sorry. Where the trap is there like a? I need a 10-foot
Can you
radius.
put, like,
is
a-
what I'm asking. That
One of
nobody's
those
in.
little effect things so we know where they're at. Just
Yeah.
please.
Like, is it gonna be like a 10-foot?
They have
Nobody's in it.
Two 10-foot.
five. Is it
Okay.
5 feet?
That's where the trap
5
is.
and 5.
Well, it's 5 foot radius, so it's like 10 feet wide. Each
Okay,
one. Each
perfect.
one's 10 feet wide.
Oh,
You guys wanna be
each
that close?
one,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna be in the cave and where I was looking at them.
Yep.
I know how to get back pretty easy.
Yep.
So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast light, put it on my arrow,
Okay.
and go over it and take a shot at one of them.
Okay. All right. So, because you had to go out of the cave, you were joining with your friends, and you head back in. Is that what you were doing? Okay. Give me another stealth check.
Well, okay, yeah, I got you. 12.
Okay. Okay. Cast light. Put it on your arrow. It's only been like literally 10 minutes since you guys have
So I'm gonna,
gone in and out at this
I'm
point.
gonna look over that little rock wall you
Sure.
said kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
and
You
take
kind
a
of
shot.
peer over, you shoot, and just let it go. So roll up.
Whoa.
18 plus 6.
That definitely hits. Nice.
10.
10. Okay. All right. So there's one with more brownish fur, and there's another one with more blackish fur. Which one are you going
Left,
for?
whatever the left one is. I don't know why,
Okay.
but the left one. That's what I'm going for.
Feels right.
Okay.
I'm holding my action with a bolt notched ready. If
Anyone
they
else
get
holding
past
actions?
Holding.
Remember, if you
Somehow-
hold a spell as an action, it'll
No, I'm
dissipate.
just
Okay.
doing
All right.
stuff. I'm
I
just
put it
waiting for
on
my turn.
the back end of my arrow.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
So when it hits, the light's still stuck to the arrow.
Okay. The arrow flies and slams into the back shoulder of this minotaur, and you, as it turns around and looks, and they both look at each other, turn back, and you're like, woo! And Braga's sprinting up. At this point, I'd love everyone to roll initiative, if we could.
Whatever. You did
Gee,
that, is
crit
it?
again.
Oh, that's better.
24.
Okay, Brago 24.
Crit on Karth.
Jeez.
23.
This is like the 8th
You're
crit.
dead
What's going on?
today,
We need to add up crits at the end of this episode.
15.
15. Okay. We
Yeah,
need to.
we should keep a
That
crit
is
tally.
not natural. I've rolled crit 4
crazy.
times today.
You guys
already.
all
I've
got a
like
crit.
3. I've got it 3 times now.
Jeez.
Okay. What'd you get?
15.
10.
Okay.
How come we like all crit on the sleeping goblins?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that was
didn't
3
even have to
crits
roll.
right there. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think you had earlier.
We'll have to watch back and
Yep.
see.
Okay, Brago, funny enough, as you shoot an arrow, you are first as you're sprinting out of the back.
I just want to make sure I can
Yep.
use my
You dash.
bonus action to dash out and
Jump
clear.
over
You
those.
dash,
snares.
clear, you jump over the snares. I will say you get right in front of the dash. Actually, to be honest, with how deep the cave is, we'll say you're at the mouth of the cave
Okay.
before the traps.
He's coming.
So
The cave was back a little
okay,
bit farther.
Instead, can I use that as my action? I use a bonus action to hide then, right there.
Okay, so you would be... Yeah, that's fine. So we'll say that
I wanna hide.
I'm just going to put you here, just to show that you're in the cave. Give me a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, 17. All right. Next is... Oh, well, of course, Karth, who got a 23.
Hold.
Old. All right. Eira.
Oh, well.
No action yet. You don't see Brago coming out. All you heard was, "Oh shit!" And I assume you yelled that. And a massive.
I need
A couple.
them to be out for what I want to do.
Okay.
So...
Pass your turn.
Yeah, because I want to do a spell.
Fen.
Hold my action. If mine, it triggers if not when I see them, but if they get past where the traps are.
Okay. All right. And funny enough, the Minotaurs rolled a 5.
Betty one.
So, what'd you get on your stealth?
17.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Grabs him by the face.
They both kind of are a little confused, and that like stutters their movement a little bit. But they're both going to try to dash and get as far as they can. With the distance, they get relatively near where you are. So, for the sake of things, we're just going to put 2 Minotaurs right there.
Oh shit.
They're
Can't-
I'm
coming.
faster.
Can't see them on the camera right now, so we'll get to see them in a second.
Oh, they're coming.
So, that's their movement, though, and they're getting. From what you can see, Brago, is you're kind of behind a stalagmite right now. You're like, oh, they're really close. You're up.
Oh boy.
For where things are positioned, you're able to get around and not get like an attack of opportunity or something.
Okay, yeah, I want to get out.
Okay. So dash out, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you're dashed out. We'll say where you dash, you're able to get back where your other 2 pals.
can I see them?
Yeah, as you run past them, you
no,
look.
like from where I stop, can I see them now? Inside the cave.
I mean,
I'd say they'd probably be a little bit.
they have to go a little bit farther
Okay,
before
I would
the.
say if that's not the case, then I want them to attack first, then dash out.
Sure.
Because if I can't see them.
If you
then-
attack, well, okay. Well, here you have one of a few options. You can attack and dash out, and that's your bonus action, or you can attack, disengage, and you just get past the snares. Because they're going to swing back at you if you're going to attack.
Short bow. From where you're at, then dash.
Yeah, disengaging they wouldn't.
Yeah, you could just dash and then shoot a shot at them from where you are.
Dash and shoot would be safer.
Yeah, dash and shoot so they don't hit you.
Okay, well, I can't see them right now, you said. 'Cause I dashed.
Oh yeah,
can't
duh,
see-
I did say
that's
that.
why
I mean, you
was
relatively
confused.
know where they are, but you'd have to roll disadvantage
I'd
just
say
because you can't see them
Take
exactly.
a shot with short bow before you dash, because you're not right.
Oh yeah,
next to 'em.
that's
That's what I want.
there you go.
That's what I wanted
Okay,
in the first place.
in that
Yeah,
case,
there you go.
yes, you could see them. Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, I
All right, I'm
apologize.
gonna take a shot. then.
Yep.
Oh, 9.
9.
That's not a
After all that, arrow flies, it goes somewhere in the cave, and you're like, shit, and you run out.
I'm so excited.
And you are right next to Eira and Fen behind these slumped, very unbadly positioned goblins that are pretty much just laying on the ground. Karth, you don't see anything yet. I assume you're holding. Okay, Eira. Are you holding
I'm
anything?
going to...
This whole time
Am I
holding
within
a
60 feet
sharpshooter, right?
of where they would be now?
Hope I have a blast.
You can't see them.
I don't need to see them. It doesn't say you have to see them.
Okay.
It just says within range.
Okay, so what point are you picking?
Just in the cave
It can be
somewhere.
a point of my choice within the 60 feet,
Okay.
and it's a 10-foot radius sphere
Oh, that's
centered
true.
on like between
I love
them.
this one.
Okay.
So, like,
So you're
follow-
essentially guessing where they are inside the cave mouth.
Yeah.
I can't see with my dark vision or anything. Are
I don't
they
think
that
any of
far?
us can see them right now. I think they're behind stalactites and around the
Or
corner.
do I have to wait?
I mean, you can't see them with where your dark vision is right now, so you'd be guessing.
Well then,
I'd say just wait.
I can do.
You can always hold the spell, and then because they go later.
Yeah, sure.
Can I
You
do
can
that
hold
then?
it.
Just hold the spell.
Okay, because I know you're gonna
Like,
cast
I'm
Shatter.
starting to do it, and
Yeah.
then when they
Where do
come
you want to
out,
drop Shatter on? Like just inside the mouth of the cave?
I want to put it like on them.
Okay, so that would be like at the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
Once
So you're
you see
holding
them,
shatter,
Yeah.
and you're
Until
either
I
gonna
see them
until you
and I
see
can-
them, and you're gonna cast it and
Okay.
go kaboom. Okay,
Pow pow.
Fen.
I'm still holding it to get past the snares.
Okay, as one of the Minotaurs sees an arrow flies by and sees a blue flash of Brago running by and leaping out, as they both run out, they have to check for.
Dex save.
Dex saves, yeah.
Well, they have to
intelligence first.
Yeah, it's intelligence first.
That's if they're looking for it though.
Oh.
That's if they're actively looking
That's
for
like
it.
you need to make it like a.
I want to roll something, but it has to be. Okay.
Yeah.
No, not even close. They're not. They
Investigation.
are. Their eyes are red and they're focused on Brago right now. So Dex save for both of them.
What's your Dex
Yeah.
save? Does he get a spell? Oh, you do.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
Cool.
Okay. One of them, the brown one, runs up and gets its foot through in the snare, just passes up and slams up the top. Don't worry, your spell will go off soon. And the one that has the black fur steps and goes straight up, and its foot just like slams into the roof of the cave, and it's just hanging upside down, just swinging its arms with these two cleavers in its hand.
Alright,
You want to put one down with the
Caught you.
on it?
So this one is caught, and this is dissipated.
Yeah, that one.
And this one's actively starting to run and still has a little bit more movement, but your shatter spell, you see them and just boom, and all of a sudden you guys see the air suck in, a string slide up, and then poof, as this just echo of just energy just echoes out.
Con saving throw.
Okay, so it'll
I'm
be for
also
both
gonna
of
do
them.
one other ability with it.
Yep. Okay, so the one that's, man, that one's having a terrible time. The one that got strung up got a con save?
Yeah, mine's 13.
Okay, the one, oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. The one that got strung up got a 12, and the other one got a natural 20.
Okay, so one of them
One's
is
really
gonna
good, one's
take
really bad.
full damage, and the other one's gonna take half.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my destructive wrath to do full.
Okay, so you don't roll.
Max damage.
Doesn't even roll.
Okay, what's your max
So
damage?
it's 3d8.
Okay, so 24.
And
So-
the other one takes half.
Automatic 24 damage.
Wow.
Okay, so the poor one that got strung up just echoes and booms, and you see like the cave mouth physically get larger as like all these rocks and things are coming down. The brown one takes 12 damage on top of that.
Oh my
Damn.
god, I'm so excited.
As it
to
just
use
like
that.
moves, and it still has a little bit more movement.
Before you do that, because it got past the snare,
Yeah.
my attack goes.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. And Karth, yours too.
Mine too.
These things are
I
screwed.
17 plus 7, 24.
Are you sure?
Okay, that hits.
Yeah, why not?
But which one would I'm guessing?
It's the one that didn't get. I watched
Okay.
one go up, but the other one.
Okay.
Got,
Yeah.
All right, I was gonna say I feel like both of you would be shooting
Oh,
at the
yeah.
one because that one's
Yep.
still actively
Yeah,
charging towards
with
you.
that one, I'm using my arcane shot grasping arrow
Okay.
to reduce its speed by 10.
Okay.
It takes an extra 2d6, I believe.
Okay.
And if it moves after I hit it, it takes another 2d6.
Okay, so you essentially it's like moving and you shot it at the same time, so it hits,
And it keeps trying to move.
and it's gonna keep trying to move. So go ahead and roll
So
all that
first I'll
damage.
just do my normal damage.
Yep.
4 plus 3, so that's 7 piercing.
Okay.
Then grasping arrow, it's 10 poison, and then it moves, so
Yep.
it takes 6 slashing.
So 16 plus 7, so 23 additional damage on top of that. Sure. Uh-huh.
Perfect roll crit right now.
Karth.
I think I already used up all my crits.
Come
Alright, sharpshooter.
And sharpshooter. All right.
Oh my
All
god.
right, sure.
Crit.
Free crit.
Only 9.
9. Okay, unfortunately, all this damage just flies into this thing, and it is so pissed right now
Action search.
as you action surge.
Sharpshooter.
Wait, hold on. No. So
You're holding your action.
you're holding your
Oh,
action. You lose all your other stuff. So unfortunately, you can't do it.
He lost 10 feet of movement as well.
With that movement and with the decline in
Can I still
movement,
move?
no, because you hold your act. That's the only thing you hold. It gets up to you, Karth, but it can't do anything because that's its turn. Otherwise, without that 10 feet of movement, it would slam in.
Okay.
So, Wow. Oh, you get to go again. Brago.
What is he wearing? Like armor-wise? Is it like-
Not much. It's just like, you know, just
I'm gonna pretty much
buff,
make my way over
ass,
to
hairy dude.
the one in front of Karth.
Okay. So you move around these goblins and get next to him.
I'm gonna attack my short sword.
Okay. Roll it up.
10.
10. Unfortunately, 10 misses.
Oh, holy shit.
You swing the blade and you just, it lifts an arm up and you slide right under it.
I'll just do this time.
Okay. Karth, you have a massive minotaur in front of you.
I'm gonna try to break away first.
Okay. So it takes an action to disengage.
My action?
It would be an
Yeah,
action
no.
to disengage. Yeah.
Mine's
You
just
don't have
bonus
it.
He's
That's
special
stupid.
because he's a rogue.
Okay. Well, that's not
You can still do that, and then you could do your
Yeah.
bonus action to do action surge and still take a shot.
Oh,
No, I'll just short sword in this.
Okay.
Eric,
Short
what's
sword.
your hit points?
27.
Okay.
I'm pretty short
Oh,
sword.
you have more than me.
All right, roll it up.
I have more than you, really?
Yeah, only 24. Oh.
17.
17 definitely hits. Nice.
Ooh, max damage. 9 piercing.
9. Dang. All right. That's a decent amount. Okay. Do you got anything else you want to do?
So I can still action surge because I didn't break away, right?
Yeah. You haven't used a bonus action, so
Yeah, this is your real turn.
How's he looking?
he's looking hurt. He
He didn't take
he's
much,
he's
right?
bleeding out of a lot of portions, and his half of a horn has a
I can't
crack
use
in
my
it.
bow because I'm right next to him, right?
no.
You
Yeah.
That'd be
can,
disadvantage.
but it's disadvantage.
Even with sharpshooters disadvantage?
I can't remember.
I believe it is.
I think it
I
is
think
too, but
I'm not
I'll
gonna
look.
look it up. I'll believe you. I think you're right.
Okay.
Which
dropped
one
the
took
book.
more damage?
Eric, can you look it up in the meantime?
I
The
can.
one struck
I can
up
look
for
it up.
sure.
I have it right here.
So you took your full 20.
Do you want to do anything else
Okay.
though? Karth, do you want to do anything else?
Long range doesn't impose
Oh,
disadvantage.
maybe not, because this one
Yeah, 'cause then
is.
he
He did
hit.
23. and I
Yeah,
did
so they're probably pretty close.
16, so-
Okay. Do you want to do anything else?
Nah.
Okay. Eira, you're not too far away. What do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Aid. That's
Okay.
30 feet.
Okay.
So I can choose 3 creatures. I'm going to do Karth, myself, and Little Man, because he can at least break away and run away.
Okay.
So they get 5 extra hit points
Ooh.
for 8 hours. I will take that.
Okay.
And
So
it's
you guys.
not concentration, so they just
Okay.
have
You
to-
guys get 5 temporary
Set
hit
that
points.
over
They're
here.
temporary hit points
Yep.
or just extra hit points? They gotta be temporary, right?
Yeah.
It lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah. Okay. So you get 5 temporary hit points. So put that in your
Yep,
like
I got it.
temporary spot.
It just says, yeah, target's hit point maximum and current hit points increases by 5 during 8 hours.
Oh,
So it just says it's hit points.
So if he's lower
For 8
health, then it
hours.
would also go up by 5. no matter what.
interesting. Okay. So.
Yeah, it doesn't say temporary.
All right, they kind of are, they kind of aren't. But anyways,
Yeah.
all you
Either way, it's
3,
5 up.
sorry, Brago, get an extra boost to your
I
hit
figure
points.
he can run away way more.
You guys see Eira clasp a symbol that's on her chest, and her hand glows, and her eyes glow for a split second, and they close. And a few of you are like, "Oh man, I feel pretty good." So, you want to move or anything else?
Yeah, can I move up to the strung up one?
Sure.
Like a pinata?
Yep, the pinata's there. And that's your turn, Fen.
I'm gonna take a shot at the one over there. I'm actually gonna back up.
It's probably smart.
Probably more than your attack.
Yeah.
The one next to Karth.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a shot at him.
Yep,
10 plus 7.
that hits. 17.
6 plus 3. That's 9 piercing. I'm gonna action surge and shoot again.
Okay. All right.
15 plus 7.
That hits.
Oh, 4 piercing.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys see a bolt fly and slam into the collarbone of this minotaur, and it looks back, and its mouth opens and just out the back as it just falls and collapses.
Oh, nice.
And
Yes! Wow,
did-
you're getting all the kills.
you did
Give
the
me Marquinhos.
you did the exact hit point amount.
Now you gotta do next save, right? Because he's still stuck.
Dex save.
Yep, dex save. So, well, we'll see. What's your DC? 12. I got a 15. So
He's down.
that's his turn, right? It's got to be his turn.
Yeah, this is whole
that's-
turn you get out.
His whole turn.
God.
He is not stuck, but he is staring right in front.
Is he prone?
He falls and lands.
Yeah, we'll say he's prone. Why not? That would make
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
Falls on
he
his
was
back.
upside
He's
down,
upside
right?
down.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's prone. So,
Even better.
Brago, you're up. He's gonna stand
I'm
up
gonna
next.
go
But
up and attack him. with
Okay.
the sword. Do I get advantage?
you do get advantage.
17 plus 6.
That hits.
This is great.
Yeah, you guys are kicking ass.
I love it.
You guys did good. You killed all the lookout guys, so you did it.
I'm excited I remembered my spells.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
16.
16.
No.
All right.
Ooh, yeah.
Sure. Anything else, Brago? Karth, you have a clear shot.
Do I get to roll advantage because he's prone?
Now,
It's disadvantage.
now technically it's disadvantage, but in our homebrew, I think that's the stupidest
Why
thing.
is it disadvantage?
It's just
Prone creatures would be like.
it's like they're lower to the ground and hiding kind of thing. So I
Yeah,
would do.
but sharpshooter ignores ground cover like by 3/4. And
Well, yeah, ignores.
No matter what, I
Well,
don't think-
doesn't
But
matter.
He's saying he's not.
Doesn't
Well, I
matter.
don't
I'm
get
not doing that
advantage.
anyways. So
I say straight roll.
I would say straight roll. Yeah.
Just a straight roll.
I'll just do regular, not sharpshooter.
Okay. Roll it up.
Crit.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't crit.
No.
Ow.
10.
10.
Oh, wow.
And it just flies and slams just above the Minotaur.
Sharpshooter access surge.
Okay.
What was it? Well, 17. Yeah, 17.
17 hits. Yeah.
Sweet. So whatever it is plus 10.
Yeah.
You bitch.
The first arrow misses and you correct and fire another one as you pull harder back on the bow.
So
Didn't count
13,
the
13 plus whatever I get. 13, 20.
Wow.
You just slam right into the side of the neck. Oh, and just lets out like a guttural noise. Eira, you're right in front of it.
Oh
Yay!
Finish it.
What do you want to do?
Two-handed warhammer.
Okay, you just
Cut its head off.
pull out the massive thing and you look down at the Minotaur with like a bolt through its neck and it's just whoa.
Ooh.
You get advantage.
Advantage.
Come on, be better than that.
Crit.
Oh, crit!
Okay.
Everyone's crit today.
Everyone got crits.
Everyone got crits.
Double those dice.
Oh
Alright.
lord.
Oh!
And savage
if I
attack
get a-
from
I get a-
half-orc
I get an
ability.
extra.
So you get an
Okay.
extra die. So W the
So-
dice and add a d12 to
So
that.
3 10s?
Or 3 10s, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Holy
Wait, you say
farts.
great axe? Did you say great axe?
Isn't it 12?
No, my warhammer two-handed.
Oh.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the bump up one.
Yeah, I thought you were
Oh,
using your
it's
great
awesome.
axe though,
Oh,
which is also a big boy weapon.
well.
It's whichever one you want.
I
Okay.
think I meant this one, but that one would make
Use
more
the axe.
sense.
It would make more sense.
Okay.
Look, I'll allow.
I'm just so excited!
3d12s. And then add your
Big
modifier.
roll. Big roll plus modifier.
Oh, Jesus.
Getting all sweaty, I'm so excited.
7, 7, 8.
Ooh, 7, 7, 8, 4. What does that
22
mean?
plus 4, 26.
I think you
Man,
killed
that's
it.
Woo!
You just pull out the great axe and just to end its suffering, you just slam down right under the arrow.
What, that sweet,
To
sweet
conserve
heat.
the arrow, and you slam down and the head just lops off as you guys just.
Hercules.
I thought that was gonna be a little harder, but you guys kicked some Minotaur
I
ass.
used all my resources, but
You guys just
Sweet,
kicked some
sweet
Minotaur ass. Nice job.
victory.
So,
Alright.
what would you guys like to do?
I like to collect my bolts.
Collect your bolts. All right.
Do I roll
yeah,
for that?
collect
or
bolts.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Both of you go ahead and roll. It would be investigation check, I guess, because you're searching around.
19.
Okay.
11.
11. Okay, you both get back what you shot.
Woo, I got
It wasn't
bolt
a.
right.
It's not too difficult to find some of your stuff. Okay. Oh man, nice. Anyone else want to do anything else?
I think one of the two with dark vision should go check out the cave where they were.
I'll go do that.
And me
Yeah.
and Karth will.
Start carving these bad boys up.
Okay.
I'll head to the cave.
Alright,
Uncle
we'll go
and-
in the cave.
Nephew. Pretend uncle and nephew start
Let me show
start
him how to
chopping
butcher
up.
these
Give me
Minotaurs.
both of you.
Sleight of
Now
hand, right?
we'll do
That's what we did
nature
for the-
check. Is that what we did? Sleight of hand?
Yeah, you just like hand last time.
Yep,
No,
we
he was
did-
doing like a.
we did sleight of
trying
hand,
to
I think.
show him how to.
yeah,
I think that
sleight
was
of hand,
it. But
though.
if you want to like lop off specific cuts of meat and things like that, give me like a nature check
Okay.
so you know.
I think we can
Now,
probably do
one of you, hold on. One of you can do it with advantage, or both of you can just roll.
nature.
I'll
Same
let the
thing.
kid do it.
Okay.
Advantage.
Let the kid do it.
16 plus 2.
Okay. 18. All right. You
So I'm
you
just,
take
like,
your
sitting
time.
back, like,
You're
up
helping
here.
them out and you know things like that. So you guys continue and do your thing. So you
Taught me
two.
well.
Into the cave.
Okay. You guys head into the cave and it's quiet except for a small fire that's crackling in the back corner that Brago saw. So
We wanna
there are a
search through
series
the
of
goods.
barrels and crates. There are a couple beds,
Oh,
bookcases without any books. But okay. You guys
Suspicious.
go around. I don't know. Could just be bookcases, no books. So Beds, beds, and
They can't even read.
anywhere else. Did you want to look anywhere else?
I'll search everywhere that's not the beds.
Sure. Okay.
9.
9.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess I should roll. What am I doing?
Yep.
Investigation. What is that? An 8? 8. See, I can read these. 7.
Okay. You guys are real good at this.
There's nothing here.
Eira, as you go around, you open up some crates, some barrels. You like look under a table. You like look in the bookshelf and like behind the bookshelf. Throughout these areas, you find some grain, rice, rotten foods, a goat leg, just some basic food that you guys could take for some rations if you'd like.
Grain and rice.
So take
Check.
do 3 rations. So these would be, and you can divide it up as you please. Fen, you rip off the sheets. You look under the bed, and it's easy enough. You find a small chest under the bed.
Open it.
Split these up.
You open it. And you kind of peer inside. There's not too much inside, but you do find 12 gold pieces.
Yeah.
A child's doll.
Wait.
Like, oh joy.
Sure. Child's doll.
And a small minor healing potion.
Good stuff.
So a child doll, so
Minor.
they ate a child, maybe?
Maybe.
Or a
Or
gun.
one of them is a child that got turned into a minotaur and then
Hey, would that be a small item?
Oh.
The doll?
Yeah.
Oh, just tiny. It's fine. It's light and
Would I
insignificant.
know if minotaurs have their own language?
Doll. We heard him doing something.
You heard him
Yeah,
talking,
that's
and well, Brago can describe it. You didn't understand it.
But no. But would I understand that it is a language that they are speaking to each other? Like they're intelligent enough.
They were
to have
speaking a language to each other,
Oh.
yes, but
Wasn't
you don't
giant.
know. No, it wasn't
Okay.
giant. No.
I'm gonna pass over my rope to Karth when I see him again. 'Cause I see
Ooh,
he
thank you.
uses-
Because I'm out.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pass
How
over
much rope?
50 feet.
Ooh, awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm out of rope.
Thank you very much.
You two cutting up the Minotaur, near perfect. You get more than 200 pounds worth. We'll say
Wow, nice.
250 pounds worth between the 2 Minotaurs we'll say over the hour. And you guys manage to get it, put it together, and the donkey is a little overweight, but you're like maxed out on the donkey's weight. All of his inventory slots are full.
Is there anything on the Minotaurs other than just the meat? Or is there anything?
Pretty much what you found in the area and Minotaurs kind of goes together.
The weapons are just like kind of.
Great axes, big weapons, very similar to what Eira carries.
Hey, Eira, can you
Are
chop off
they-
one of his horns? I want to take it.
Are they
Sure.
massive-sized great axes?
No,
or are
they're Eira size.
So can I chop off? He wants a horn.
Sure.
Can I try
Does
to
not
chop-
have to be
I mean, I got
clean.
4 chances.
Yeah.
4 chances?
There's
Oh yeah, I guess you
four
do.
Horns.
So it goes through. I just
One of
wanna-
them is pretty cracked from the
doesn't
shatter,
matter.
so we'll say 3 chances. Nature check.
Is that 9 plus 5? 14.
You're fine. The first one you slice off the horn
Okay.
pretty well.
Well, I want to see if
Okay.
you get a crit.
Oh, it's
A
4.
perfect one.
11 plus 5 is 16. 16
Okay.
is the best out of
One of
three.
them's very well, a nice preserved large Minotaur horn.
Thank you, Eira.
We'll say that's
There you go, buddy.
we'll say that's a small item, yeah.
Yeah, Minotaur.
I'm just sitting there smiling like.
Alright, let's
Going crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's head back. What time of day is it?
We'll
It's
say it's
already
getting
towards-
getting
yeah.
dusk at this point, so you
so
guys
we
can
won't be
just
able to make it back to town before it's like
possibly, but
Probably
Pretty
depends
tired.
on how I
I mean,
See.
we'll see the town. It's lit up.
This is
Probably
my,
safe
but
enough to be in the.
Well, we travel.
I think
Yeah.
here is the best area to actually stay because everything else was just like a path, right? Just like a path of.
if that, it might be easier to get back with light. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
let's.
I don't
camp
want to
here.
be on this mountain.
Okay.
But it's already late. What do we do?
Go back to the town.
We can't see very well.
Well, you have
We
light.
could trip.
Yeah, light. That's bright.
What if the pack mule falls?
That's very true. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, what if things attack us because we're all as fresh meat?
Let's
Yeah,
just
but
stay.
what-
Stay the night. We'll be
whatever.
alright.
Whatever.
Don't worry, we're all together.
All right.
You question your later judgment?
Leader Karth, what do you think?
We should rest up.
All right, Leader.
All right. So, the 4 of you get your pack mule and yourselves together. You want to hang out in the cave, outside the cave?
I'm
Maybe
going
outside the mouth.
Did we determine how deep the cave is?
Yeah.
No,
As
we
you
didn't go
as you were
back.
searching around, it's like it's a decently large circle, but it's
Okay,
only
it's
it's
not
not. You didn't notice
Oh.
any other
Is that fire
exits or
still
anything
going?
like that.
That was
Let's
just-
take their old
You
roofs
can
then.
you can easily start it back up.
As long as there's no other paths that lead into the cave.
Not that you noticed. Jeez.
Shoot
If I
it
could
out
talk.
to boop
Shoot it
bop.
out.
There's also beds in here, so that's nice.
So,
Oh, Minotaur bed.
So-
Maybe we'll leave these dead bodies outside so nobody bothers us.
so the 4 of you take your mule and yourselves, get inside the cave, take a long rest, and that is where we will end it today. So, nice job, everyone. You guys seriously kicked some Minotaur ass. That was That was really
so
good.
excited.
Yeah, we
My
got
heart
it.
was
That was
racing.
That's
I was so
surprising.
excited.
Went that
How many
well.
crits was that, you think?
I mean,
I'm
also
gonna
10,
guess,
8.
if someone wants to count, I honestly think
count.
it was near 10.
I think it was 9.
Probably.
I got 4 or 5. I think
I
I got
just
4.
got
I think-
I got the one crit, but you guys.
I
I
seriously-
had 2.
I think you got
How
5.
many did you get?
You got
I
at
got
least 2 or 3.
I think you
Like
guys
4 or
got near
5.
10
You
crits.
even rolled
Yeah.
one.
I rolled
We'll have
one.
to roll
Yeah.
back that footage and look.
Roll,
Yeah, we're
roll
gonna
it back.
crit count.
Someone count it.
Roll back that beautiful bean footage.
Sure. So I want to thank you all for watching, and of course, happy gaming. See you next time. Toodaloo. Bye, everybody. Whew.